Hey, what's good, y'all? It's DGE, Dolphin Gang Entertainment. It's your boy DG, and we back with another video. And today, we got a lot to go over. The coaches came out and said Tyreek did not request for a trade. That's what they said. But we're gonna see how these coaches and these GMs act on this press conference right here. This is the first one ever since the season is over. No playoffs, unfortunately. But hopefully the boys can get it right this year. Hopefully, man. But hey, if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe for more content. Check my bio down below for all my inquiries. If you want to talk business, and on top of that, y'all help get to that 10K. That 10K is on its way. And on top of that, if you want any merch, y'all go check out the website www.dgemerchandise.com. Y'all go check it out. We got every team, man. We still building, with my designers and all that, but we're gonna get every team on the website. We're gonna get every team, man. But I appreciate y'all, love y'all. Please help me get to that 10K. That 10K is on its way. But let's get straight into this, man. Right here we got Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer. We're gonna see what the boys were talking about earlier today.
First,
Hold on, I'm gonna be right back. Let me go close my door real quick.
hey, how you guys doing? Appreciate you guys all coming today.
Hey Greer, you got a lot of explaining to do. You got a lot of explaining to do, man. Let's hear what you got to say. Let's hear.
First, I'd like to say disappointed, 8-9. That's not the standard here.
Yup.
It, it
I mean,
hasn't.
it is the standard. We're so used to it by now. Like we can't even complain about it. But come on, man, y'all boys gotta do better. Y'all boys gotta do better.
Been and it won't be. We will be better, and that includes everyone from myself to Mike, coaching staff, players. We had expectations which were created by the excitement of the last couple years, and we had hoped to continue it. And for various circumstances, it didn't happen this year, and it was unacceptable. No one's happy, and we will get this fixed. Very confident in our process, and looking forward to 2025 and not being out of the playoffs, watching other teams play. So with that, open
I
up
felt that one right
the
there.
rest of questions.
Chris, as the world knows, Tyreek implied.
Y'all gotta think about it. We're not gonna see the Dolphins play until August of this year, August or September. So that's a long ass time. Very, very long time.
He doesn't want to play here. Will you accommodate his desire to play elsewhere and trade him?
Uh, I will say Mike and I both had conversations with Tyreek here
Good.
yesterday, productive conversations. I will keep those between us. The one thing I would say is in a frustrating season, he was very emotional in a game where we had a chance coming back from 2-6. And I would say that's probably the thing I'm most proud of. The players and Mike and the coaching staff that we were 2-6 and we're playing week 18 to potentially sneak in the playoffs. And I think all of that with him playing through his injury just kind of bubbled to a point. And from our conversations, again, we'll keep that private, but we had productive conversations.
I wonder what happened, man, between him and Tyreek. I wonder what happened, man, because Tyreek later on today, he changed his Twitter profile picture back to him in a Miami Dolphins uniform. So maybe them boys mended their differences, that quick. I don't know. I wonder what they told Tyreek in regards to, hey, maybe they said, hey, we're gonna get a new quarterback in here. Hopefully you like this new quarterback. Other than that, you're gonna have to deal with Tua. Ain't no way Tyreek Hill is okay if they telling him that you're gonna have to deal with Tua. I think there's more to it than what we know. But he said he's not going to expose anything that him and Tyreek talk about. He not, but hey, Tyreek Hill, he's happy. So I'm guessing that we gotta be happy, but I don't know. We gotta see what's in the woodworks, man, because the day that Tyreek Hill seemed like he wanted to be gone from the Dolphins, that's when everybody hit it. Everybody giving their opinion in regards to what team Tyreek Hill should go to. Chargers, Commanders. I've been hearing who else? What's the other teams I've been hearing? The Raiders, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Back to the Chiefs. I don't know. We gonna see what happens. We gonna see.
No, I would say, but he never asked for a trade with me.
He never asked for a trade with him, but that don't mean that he don't want to get traded. That don't mean that he don't want to get traded, man. So we got to see. We gotta be patient on this one. We gotta be patient.
A number of players cited concerns, including, I guess they all fall under the category of discipline. They include players showing up late for meetings and things of that nature. Do you agree that that's an issue here? And also, as head coach,
Players reporting late. Players reporting late, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. At this point, I think it's the city, Miami. Miami, the players, they get too caught up in regards to what's going on in the city, and they come into practice late. That's what I think.
what, if anything, do you plan to change in your approach to players to address it?
Yeah, I think that was the main topic of the team meeting that you talked to them after. So it was not something that, it's almost like them bringing that up means that they understood the message. I think, myself as the head coach, you're accountable for all things, and you're adjusting as you see the team needs you to adjust. I think. It starts with me ultimately because I'm accountable for all things on the field. Specifically during the season, and I think I'm not going to waver. I think it was very clear. I also think that part of my motives were to make sure that without any varying confusion, that guys came to work in the, once we start the phase one of 2025, fully knowing the expectations and how things were going to be addressed. And I think, they
I feel like since Mike McDaniel is not as strict as your regular head coach, that gives the players an entitlement to come to practice late. That's what I think.
Yeah. You don't get anywhere if you're constantly. I can find people till they're blue in the face. I can take their money. I can yell at them. But until they understand that part of the reason that we're in the position is controllable, and we have to, with absolute certainty and zero tolerance for anything else, we have to clean the controllables up, and we can have a chance to have success together. So. There was a reason that was a overall theme for the final team meeting, and the whole key is that they understand the expectations, and that they not only understand the expectations but embrace them, which sometimes take hard lessons to do.
Okay.
I think there's a multitude of reasons you can go into. There's certain specific individuals that, I don't think it was across the board. There's a lot of guys that, had certain fines before that didn't have any. There were some people that had multiple that, I think there's different ways to kind of counteract that, bring it up as a team and continue to fine guys wasn't enough. So I'm not going to continue to just.
Wow. So coach is saying that even though the players were, I'm guessing misbehaving, he had to find them boys. This is your workspace. This is your workspace. So if you're not acting right at your job, they're going to give you a warning. So the coach is saying that they fined them for bread, but that still ain't matter. The players still showed up late and did whatever they want. There's, I don't want to question Mike McDaniel's leadership, but at this point, You know, I think the players trying to be all buddy buddy with Mike McDaniel, and they're not following his authority. You know, because they think he like they friend. You know, there's no sense of authority with Mike McDaniel. None. There's more sense of authority with Anthony Weaver compared to Mike McDaniel. Way more.
Place all blame on even some of the smallest of individuals that were multiple offenders. I'm gonna adjust my process and make sure that it's team-wide knowledge. Anytime that things are done that aren't in the best interest of winning football games. So you know, there's a bunch of different reasons. You know, and one thing I did learn during the course of the season is that finding guys, and you know, which I'd been a part of for season after season in the National Football League, finding guys didn't particularly move the needle in the way we need to. So
I wonder why people should be scared to lose their money. People should be scared to lose their money, man. You know, even if it's $1,000 and you making a million in 1 year, you know, even that 1,000 is gonna add up if you keep on doing the same thing repeatedly. Keep on doing the same thing repeatedly. They're not gonna give you a second chance if you keep on abusing it. But the fine's not even working. So what else you gotta do? What, release the players? You're not gonna do that to your best player because you know that you need your best player, man. So man, these players, they need to act right. But we need a coach that's gonna build a culture that's gonna fit Miami, knowing that Miami is that city, one of the best cities in the whole nation. You can go outside and you can have fun immediately, man. So we need a coach that's going to make sure the players know what's the objective at hand, a Super Bowl, and don't get distracted by all the parties, you know, all the events on Miami. You know, South Beach is right around the corner. March, you know, we can't be distracted, man. We can't. But I know them players going to be out there, man. I know it. Every time I go to South Beach in like March, I always see a player. Last year, I seen Eric Izukama. I seen Rob Jones. I seen all them boys.
I'll adjust as I should as the head coach.
Mike, do you feel that the Tyreek relationship with you, is that fixable?
The relationship, you know, we met for I want to say an hour yesterday, and you know, I think there's the competitive spirit of his, you know, can represent, you know, post game, especially in a season or a game that nobody likes. It could allude to a relationship being one way. I think I was very direct with him. He was very honest, and you know, it was great terms that we were discussing. You know, discussed multiple things, including you know, without wavering, that it's not acceptable to leave a game and won't be tolerated in the future. And he embraced accountability, and it was, I wouldn't say there's anything necessarily to fix, as much as we had to clear the air in a rough and tumultuous situation.
Mike, when you talk about the finals,
I just don't think Tyreek is doing that if Andy Reid is his head coach. If Brian Flores was his head coach, Tyreek, he not doing that. He not doing that. That's just another sign that Mike McDaniel, he's being too soft with these players. Way too soft. I'm not calling the players soft. You know, that's a whole different story. But me personally, I wouldn't call NFL players soft. Especially with what they go through on a weekly basis on Sundays. It's kind of rough what they go through. It's kind of rough. But in regards to Mike McDaniel, I think he's like babying all the players. You know, he's not making it rough for any player. He's not making it hard for any player. Every player got a diaper. Every player got a bottle with milk in it. You know, they getting breastfed. They live in life right now. Every player. You know, I don't know. I'm not in the locker room, but I'm just assuming based off what Mike McDaniel's saying. I'm just assuming. Let me get to the comments. What veteran quarterback would you bring in for the backup? Because you know Tua is most likely going to get injured again. It's probably the draft, so we don't have to spend money on a backup. You know, these backups they asking for like 10 million, and we under the cap space right now. At -2. So if you get a rookie backup quarterback to compete with Tyler Huntley, I'll be okay with that just to save money. And we'll have a rookie on that rookie deal, and maybe he ends up being a good player, and we'll have him on a deal for a cheaper cost. You know, as to if you get a veteran backup quarterback, it's just there's none that really entices me other than Justin Fields. You know, there's some potential there to find a franchise quarterback in him, but everybody else, there's nothing really that I see with them. Nothing.
Not being enough. And you mentioned Tyreek leaving the game. Does this team need culture change from that standpoint? And
I
what
think
would
so.
be a punitive action if somebody continues being late or if somebody takes themselves out of a game?
Yeah, I mean, there's the ultimate ultimatum, which is, it's pretty simple. I think it's important that you let guys know that we're at the point in our team where guys are firmly aware of the expectations, and if your actions continually lead to finable offenses, that you're telling me without words that you don't want to be here. So it's I think it's very
He's saying if you get too much pines, Mike McDaniel, he gonna know that you don't really want to be a Dolphin. You know, so it seems like Mike McDaniel, he's not trying to build a culture. He's really trying to see if everybody's gonna act accordingly. He's saying that everybody there are NFL players, so you should know the ins and outs in regards to being an NFL player. Don't be late. This is a job. So it might be Daniel. He's expecting everybody to do that. But sometimes you need that guy, that leader in your life to let you know. Like when you're young, you didn't sometimes you would wake yourself up for school, but most of the time your parents will walk in your room and tell you, wake up, you need to get ready for school. Some people need that until they're old enough to the point where they don't really need that. They're good. They're good. So Mike McDaniel, it seems like he gonna baby and cuddle all these players. That's what he gonna do. You know, he not gonna snap on nobody. He not.
clear. I think it's not an indictment necessarily of all, but we are subject to everyone's actions as a football team. So we'll address those as such.
Stephen Ross is bringing both of you back, but his statement indicated he's not content with the current results, as Chris, your opening statement also indicated. So is there some understanding at your levels that things need to change for the better and fast for you guys to continue in those roles?
You know, Steve and I have conversations about every other day on everything. And so he was frustrated just like we all are. And
Yeah.
it's no different from any season. Every season is postseason. We evaluate, we go through, we work with the coaching staff, scouts, and we evaluate everything from top to bottom, from medical strength, video, everything. And so we're going to meet with him and do like we do every year. We meet with him we spend some time and get with him and go through everything from the roster breakdown, the salary cap, what we look like for the future. So those expectations have been on us from day one. So it's nothing that was new or unexpected. He wants to win more than anyone, and we want to win for him. Very appreciative for everything he's done for not just the Dolphins, but South Florida and everything. And he deserves a winner, and it's our job to do it.
Hey, winning not enough. We try to win a playoff game. We trying to win a playoff game, man. But first things first, y'all boys got to win y'all regular season games and against good players and good teams. Y'all boys got to do that, but we have a hard time doing that each time it comes up. Each time.
NFL for a long time, both of you guys. Is it crazy to be talking about stuff that happens in high school, guys being late to practice? And shouldn't that be policed by the leaders and the captains on a team? And your thoughts on?
Well, I think that is part of it, and I agree. When players are elected captains, it has a role.
So I'm guessing being late was a big issue with all the Dolphin players. Based off what I'm hearing right here, I'm not too sure if I'm getting this incorrectly. I'm not
People
too
want
sure.
to say,
I don't know.
player-driven team and stuff. It's players have to be accountable for each other. Coaches aren't around them 24/7. myself, we don't see things. And at the end of the day, you police themselves too. And when there's issues, it gets up to the head coach or position coaches, and you deal with it. That's how I started with. Everyone knows who my mentors are, Mike's as well. And we have a lot of good people in the locker room, a lot of strong personalities. We have a lot of guys that love football, and that's not in question by anyone. Now, the intentionality of things, sometimes maybe in their way of doing things, they didn't realize the residuals or things that may have happened on the side. It's clearly understood now, and Mike's message to the team was very well received. And that was the one thing everyone talked about so far through exit interviews, is that they're very excited for next year to be back here and want to be back here with the players on the roster.
But not everybody gonna be back though. Not everybody gonna be back. So we're gonna see if them boys make the right decision in regards to bringing the right players in and letting the right players go. It seemed like you had a hard time last year. You seen every player we let go, they went to their team and balled out. That's what it seemed like. Liam Eichenberg, maybe he leaves Miami and he ends up being great for another team. Maybe if that happens, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Evaluate the play of the backup quarterbacks this season, and how will you approach that position this offseason given Tua's injuries?
Good question.
This last year?
No, it's a good question. And it's with us. Obviously, we had drafted Skyler here, 3 years ago, and he started the playoff game and almost beat Buffalo on the road. We lost 34-31. We beat the Jets.
But he ain't played that well that game. I don't know why people keep on bringing up that playoff game against Buffalo. Like Skylar Thompson did a good job. He didn't. I think he threw 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. I'm not too sure, but them boys, they love Skylar Thompson. I'm convinced. They love Skylar Thompson. They love Tua. They don't like switching up. They don't.
To get into the playoffs. And then and just watching him work through the following year, which he never got a chance because Tua stayed healthy, played the entire season. So we were excited about him and his growth, and the players believed in him. He won the backup job through the spring. But that said, as we always do throughout that entire offseason, and Mike and Steve is aware of it through it, we were in on a number of top flight backup quarterbacks in the league.
Wow.
We were runner-ups for a couple of them that we wanted to get here.
And some backup quarterbacks I heard was Andy Dalton. That was one of them. Who else? I believe Marcus Mariota. That was another one I heard. Another one. I see you in the comments. You saying Joe Milton. Joe Milton is a guy I would take a flyer on. He looked like prime Cam Newton out there. I can't say anything in regards to that right now. We still got to see more from Joe Milton, but he showed us that he got potential. Man. So I wish the Dolphins drafted him, but nah, we too bougie. We want to get wide receivers. We went and got Malik Washington and Taj Washington. That's what we did instead of getting a quarterback like Joe Milton. So it just makes Chris Grier look like an imbecile when he makes a decision like these, and you see how the season went in regards to us needing a quarterback in there. So Chris Grier, it seemed like last year he didn't really take it too serious, but now they on this podium, seeing that we got a losing record. Now they gotta get this together. Come on, man. I don't know, man. This team pisses me off. It really does. Do you think we can get AJ Brown for No, I don't think so. I don't think so. They saying that Tyreek Hill, he did not request a trade. That's what they saying right here. That's what they saying, but I don't think we would be able to do that right there. I don't think so. Skyler my dude too, but he clearly regressed. Yeah, it's obvious. It's I wouldn't say he regressed, but I think he hit his ceiling. I don't know if he even had a ceiling, but he definitely hit his ceiling in regards to being the best player that he could be. You know, I don't think he get any better than he showed us. I don't think so. I ain't see no indication of him getting better. Didn't see it. Why not bring back Ryan Tannehill? Ryan Tannehill, he would have been back. He would have been back if he wanted to come back, but he's not back with the Dolphins. You know, I just think maybe they ended off on the wrong foot with Ryan Tannehill to the point as to where he didn't want to come back to Miami. You know, there's still bad blood there with Miami. Maybe lose two are hands down way better than the guy we got. The two backups you mentioned were way better than the two backups we got for sure. For sure. So they already knew that Skylar Thompson, he wasn't it. The boys already knew that. They already knew that. But, you know, they still flirted around, see what options were out there, and nothing fell to us. So we just said, okay, we'll deal with Skylar Thompson and Mike White. And then once we were forced to put Skylar Thompson out there and we seen what he showed us, that's when it was like, yeah, we really got to bring somebody in. And then boom, that's when we got Tyler Huntley. And he showed like, hey, maybe he could have been the best quarterback on the Cleveland Browns roster last year. He could have been better than Deshaun. I don't think he's better than Jameis Winston, but all those interceptions, though, with Jameis. All those interceptions, man, I don't want that. And DTR. You know, everybody thought DTR was good, but he didn't really look that good. So the Browns literally let go of their best quarterback, and they gave him to us. Simple. Dolphins love doubling back to the X. Tannehill and Flores, my goodness. Hey, man, Tannehill, I think the only reason why we think about Tannehill is because of what we feel about Tua. You know, we're not assuming Tua's an elite quarterback because of everything that's going on with them. So we're going to think about the last quarterback, the last good quarterback that we had on this team, which is Ryan Tannehill. So Ryan Tannehill and Tua, they're always going to be, you know, mixed in together in regards to whenever somebody's talking about the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins in these past few years. You know, so Ryan Tannehill, his name is always going to come up in regards to, was he better for the Dolphins than Tua? You know, as of right now, I think Tua was better for the Dolphins than Ryan Tannehill. But Ryan Tannehill, he wasn't too shabby for a guy who was a receiver in college. He wasn't too shabby, man. So I was impressed with Ryan Tannehill in regards to how good he became, even though he was just a receiver and he turned into a quarterback. It shocked me. Tanner McKee showed that he has some upside as well in 2 games he played. Hey, I don't know if you want to try to get Kenny Pickett, then it makes sense. Tanner McKee, I don't know if the Eagles going to let him go. There's some rumors circulating in regards to them being set with Tanner McKee being the backup quarterback over Kenny Pickett. Was Kenny Pickett that bad? It makes no sense to me because you know, they traded for him away from the Steelers. And I'm thinking like, okay, they got a solid backup for a good 2-3 years behind Jalen Hurts. But Kenny Pickett, he went out there and he looked comfortable at times, but he still didn't look like that Kenny Pickett from Pitt that I remember. He didn't look like that.
And for, you know, some financial restraints and compensatory pick stuff, we just couldn't go to those prices. But all those guys wanted to come here. And so it's a position that we did not take lightly. We were working through that the entire offseason, and the fact that some of those guys were willing to come here at what we could pay them, it shows how they believe in Mike and his staff and the offensive scheme and the players that are here. They're all excited about our skill group. So that's a position we will always focus on. And it will be a position that we will focus on this offseason. And I will tell you, every stone will be unturned at that position, including the draft.
Please.
So his first year after you signed him to the extension, what is your evaluation of that first year? And has he missed 6 games?
Mm-hmm. Me or Mike?
At the same time?
For me, it was good to see his growth as a player when he was playing. I would say that the one thing that has come out of this, even this year, was the leadership part. Is all the players were talking about his leadership and the step he's taken, and had a couple of our free agents that come in said he was one of the best leaders they've ever been around for a quarterback.
Wow.
And to see where he's come from his early time here was impressive. That being said, he needs to be available. Like, he needs to
Ain't no point of being a leader if you're not available 24/7. Ain't no point. Ain't no point. Just sit back, man. Just sit back.
know how to protect himself. Like, you're going to get hit at times. It's always going to happen. But he needs to control what he can control. He understands that. Not being available for taking chances and risks is unacceptable to us, and he knows that.
It's unacceptable, but he has done it for so many years with us. So many years. He falls down on the field, or there's an injury that happens with Tua, and I'm guessing that's never enough for these guys. Never enough. They still think that we could win this division with Tua, even though we got Josh Allen in this division. They still think that.
Mike, do you think this team needs more aggression and physicality?
Yup.
Well, I don't think you'd ever say less in football. I think there's a lot of things, depending on what story you want to tell. I think there's a lot of times there was physical play in all three phases that were there, and then there was times that it wasn't enough. I think that's something that each off season you evaluate. You try to make sure that the physicality is a forefront in how you approach things, and then with all the problem solving that you do every off season, you are able to focus on particular things more because of the assets that you have accumulated and built, and that changes every year where your focus can be. I think it's easy and appropriate to say that our physicality was shortchanged in short yardage situations. I think we have tremendous room to improve there, and I see that as an opportunity because you're trying to bridge the gap with where you fall short and find ways to make gains. And I think with absolute certainty, that's a part of our football that can and will improve. And I think, I think that's there's physical components that I was very happy with. In particular, our zone defense versus check downs and how guys were eliminating space, what we call vice tackles. I think there's a tremendous physicality.
Why don't you talk about the offense and let Weaver talk about the defense? Why don't you do that? We're going to hear what you got to say about the offense. We're going to hear. But the defense, don't worry about it. Weaver, he got it handled. Let me get to the comments real quick. The reason he threw so many interceptions because there was no run game in Cleveland. The Browns had Jameis Winston and threw it almost 60 times in one game. The coaches that Jameis Winston had at that time, they love to throw. They definitely did love it. Fitz was the last good QB in my book. Fitz, he was okay. But even Fitz, he low-key didn't like Mike McDaniel or Brian Flores. He ain't like him. I got a video of him talking about Brian Flores, and he took some shots at him. That's coming up pretty soon. Yeah, Kenny Pickett was awful. Dolphins drafting a receiver in the first round to convert into a quarterback was nasty work. It's like, come on, man. You got to be a better evaluator than that. Man. I would have never went after Ryan Tannehill in the first round if this was the situation in regards to him. He was a receiver. I would never take him in the first round if he was a receiver and he turned into a quarterback. That means he still needs time to learn. Some quarterbacks, they've been playing the position ever since 5-6 years old. And you just switching. And now I'm supposed to trust you? Like, come on, man. I don't know. Tua, I don't think two was the bad though. He put up the numbers: 19 touchdowns, 7 interceptions this year. Missed almost half the year. Joe Burrow, he put up 43 touchdowns, less than 10 interceptions. It just blows Tua's water. It just blows Tua's numbers out the water, pretty much. Blows them out the water in regards to what Joe Burrow did, and Justin Herbert too.
That really showed its face, particularly the middle of the season on. I think there was growth in that area, but you can't ever say you're good there. It's a physical game, so how are you going to dictate the terms? Bottom line is, if you're 8 and 9, you didn't dictate the terms enough. So we have to find ways to do that.
Chris, Stephen Ross said before the season, if we stay healthy, we're certainly
I'm gonna show y'all Justin Herbert's stats this year. Justin Herbert, he had 23 touchdowns and 3 interceptions on the year. Let's see what Tua did. Tua stats. Tua Tagovailoa stats. Okay. Tua has 19 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. So Justin Herbert 23. And 3. Tua 19 and 7. So Justin Herbert, he outperformed Tua this year. Outperformed Tua. Even though last year Tua outperformed Justin, this year everything coming back full circle. Everything coming back full circle. Tua, hey, them boys, they coming for you. Jordan Love, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, all them boys coming for you. They're trying to make you last in that draft class in regards to who was the best quarterbacks in that draft class. Everybody putting Tua last right now. Everybody. So that's pretty embarrassing right there. Pretty embarrassing, but we're gonna see.
contender for the Super Bowl, didn't stay healthy, not a contender for the Super Bowl. Do you feel that you need to increase emphasis on track record of durability when evaluating any additions?
It's always a fine line. Like, there's 100% injury rate in football. We always talk about that. Mike said it numerous times. We always look at it. We always have discussions with our medical staff. We look at guys' injury history from when they were in college and high school stuff too.
Right.
There's always risk in signing players, but you also don't want to miss the opportunity of having or adding a good player to your roster and being afraid to make a move and missing out on someone that may become a really good player for you because you're scared of something that happened a couple years ago.
Hey, that ain't stopped them from getting to her. Even though he went through all that he went through, they say he's going to come back stronger and better than ever. Man. But look where we at right now. Look.
It's social media's favorite comments to fall back on every season, but the offensive line. Are you at a point where you feel concerned about it? I know, Austin missed a lot of the season, but, I don't know what Teron's plans are for the future, but how do you evaluate what needs to happen on the offensive line moving forward?
Yeah, I know that's. I'm surprised
don't let me down
to ask it. And really, when I said that, and I'm not trying to backtrack, I believe in that, but I will always support a group of guys that have worked with a coach that we believe in, that tirelessly works to improve, and that group did nothing but work, and it's the hardest working group in the building. Like, if you stay after practice, and you guys saw,
man, it don't seem like it, man.
I'm seeing there sometimes you guys go back out and walk in the lock. Those guys are still out on the field working. And so with that group, it started the 2023 offseason. It was, are they good enough? Whatever. And we were the number one offense, number one yards per rush. And so we ran it back with a lot of those guys while adding Brewer, who was an addition that people weren't concerned about because they were focused on another player that wasn't here. And rightfully so. That player was a good player for us.
You're talking about Connor Williams.
But adding Patrick Paul, we feel that he's going to be a good player. Myers, the undrafted rookie that made our roster as a developmental center. So we feel we have some good pieces. In Austin, was a huge loss, and can't. It's through week 9 or 10 we were still up there running the ball, moving, playing well, and it was a huge loss for us. And then once he went down, it was like a slow bleed out the rest of the year with guys just playing through stuff, being nicked, battled, and bruised. So. Yeah, I mean, we had games where, Jackson Carmen was playing tackle. I mean, we just, I think people forget Keon.
Yeah, Jackson Carmen, he got killed that game. He got killed. He more so of a guard than a tackle. But we had no choice but to put him at tackle, and he got did in. Definitely got did in.
Smith was a huge loss for us. We had we had teams trying to trade for Keon, and
wow,
we were excited about him, and he got hurt in preseason.
Bruh, what teams try to trade for Keon? Keon, he like what? He probably worth like a 7th round pick, bro. A 7th round pick. What? Keon that good?
And was a setback. We thought he was going to be back much quicker than it happened, and he did not come back till late in the season. Yeah, when I was saying it wasn't concerned, I'm always concerned. You're always concerned about injury, but I did think we had created some depth. We had some players that were very confident in Butch and Mike and the scheme and staff. And those guys, I thought, deserved some praise because of what they had done the year before. And they started out the year well, and unfortunately, injuries got to us. We didn't finish well, but yes, going forward, Teron and I had a conversation briefly yesterday. We're going to talk again here and sometime in the next few days or coming weeks. But also knowing that, this will be, we're going to have to invest in the offensive line now. Like Kendall did a fantastic job here for a few years, and we're just older there now and win. So, yes, this is the time again like we did back a few years ago with Austin and Rob Hunt and Solomon Kinley and stuff. This is a time for us to again start investing in some offense.
I love to hear it. Finally, some common sense, man. Common sense. We have to go through all this for you to realize that we got to fix this O-line. We have to go through all this. We've been telling you since last year, bro. But you want to act hard-headed. Like we ain't telling you nothing. Them boys, they think they know what's best for the team. They think they know. Man. So that's a sigh of relief, but we're going to see if they make the right choice with that, because I feel like Chris Greer, he going to mess something up. Even though he's saying that he's sorry right now, please forgive him. I think he going to mess something up, man. I don't know.
Offensive lineman.
Mike, regarding the offense, the system that you ran in 2022 and 2023 ran into some problems early this year. You went to a different system. What's the offense going to look like in 2025?
I think the system is the same. It's the emphasis and how to attack how people are defending you, and simply put, going into the season, you can just articulate like this: like all defenders were deeper, wider, and there's probably 2 safeties standing deep pre-snap where they were vulnerable in years previous. So the system, if you execute it appropriately within it, you have to make people pay for what they are taking away. And once you make people pay, then it opens it back up for those short drives that we all love, and those explosive plays. And I think it took us a little bit longer for various reasons, including Tua's first injury, that I feel like we didn't start seeing normal defense until the Raiders game, where we got a couple zeros and blitzes, and at that point in the season, we had worked to that point, and that's what you have to be able to take advantage of what the defense is not taking away while they're trying to take something else. So I think our ability to execute.
But if you don't have the quarterback that could like run different type of schemes for you, then there's no point of doing it with Tua. Ain't no point. I think teams know that they can't go deep. And Tyreek Hill, he on the field like Tua. He could try to go deep with Tyreek, but Tua, he gonna have to like put his back foot into that throw as well if you want it to go far and right into Tyreek Hill hands. You know, so it's kind of hard to run that type of offense as to where we're gaining about like 20 yards per play. You know, we seen that a lot last year, but this year we haven't seen that. It's more so 7 yards, 8 yards, 5 yards. You know, dink and dunk type of offense. You know, defense, they're playing it smart this year in regards to making sure they have safeties back there to take care of Waddle and Tyreek. So the only thing that we can do is just dump it off to our running backs and our slot receivers, so on and so forth, our tight ends. You know, but even that won't work because if you before the sticks, then and we get a stop, then it's kind of easy in regards to getting a turnover on downs, getting the ball back for the opposite team, you know. So Mike McDaniel, man, you know, he's a special one. He's a special one.
You know, in all three levels of the pass game, not just short, not just long, but you have to complement those things so that you are able to, regardless of how people plan for you, be able to go on Sunday and be able to move the ball and score points. I think it was a process based upon offensive success for, you know, both coaches and players to get used to anticipating or to expect the unexpected. Probably have gone 25 games with in a row where teams are playing or introducing different coverages or different personnel groups or matching personnels differently than what they put on tape. But as you grow as an offense and have experiences with each other,
you got to remember we're a different type of team. A different type of team. We're mostly predicated on speed, so teams gonna play us differently as to compare to if they play another team. They're gonna play us way different because of our speed. Way different. No, not that one. I like to keep my eyes on Brock Purdy if he ends up here because there's a possibility that he could go to Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence could be available. Man, I don't know. I don't think that's possible. I think they stuck with Trevor Lawrence for another year. I think they stuck with him. Jalen Hurts, I think he's on his way out of Philadelphia because there's a lot of talk about Tanner McKee taking over the quarterback role. I mean, it's only one game. He played good only one game. Y'all ready to let go of Jalen Hurts? You know, do y'all really want to see Tanner McKee against the Chiefs? Do y'all really want to see that? I think it will be ugly if he played the Chiefs. I think it will be ugly. Like, you don't want to see the Chiefs. He definitely don't. Definitely. My Super Bowl prediction, Eagles or Ravens. That's my prediction. So we're going to see. If you see the Raven defense and he ball out, hey, shout out to Tanner McKee. Shout out to him.
And execute the finer details of all three.
Greer has an injury-prone fetish. Hey, if you tore your ACL before, Greer, he going to be calling you. If you're an NFL draft prospect and you tore your ACL in high school or college, Greer, he will get you on that list. He will get you on that list. You automatically a first-round pick if you tore your ACL. Automatically with Chris Greer. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
3 levels, you're best prepared to make people pay for defending the deep stuff, so then they cover the short stuff so you can throw the deep stuff. It's a endless cycle that has kind of, we've built the system around our players and continue to work at how to make sure all aspects are utilized.
Next year, go deep. Next year, go deep, please and thank you.
It's safe to say that Tyreek would remain the number one option offensively if he comes back next season?
Yeah, I mean, I think if they're not doubling him, you know, like I don't see effective offense being predetermining what you're going to do regardless of defense. I think you have to be able to, you know, everybody gets paid in this league, and every week you have different matchups, and You know, I love. I don't go into a season saying we're going to be this. I see our assets, I see our matchups, and I think it's really my true job is to evolve to the situations based upon our players and the opposing team's players and scheme. So that will always adjust. I don't think it's effective offense to throw the ball up into double coverage and throw to where the defense is.
Hey, Miami Daniel telling you, hey Tyreek, we see you down there, and there's 3 DBs on you. We're not gonna throw your direction because you Tyreek. If Waddle's open, we're gonna throw it to Waddle before we throw it to you, where there's 3 defenders. You know, if Jonnu Smith is open, we're gonna throw it to Jonnu Smith instead of throwing it to you, where there's 3 defenders. But it seemed like Tyreek Hill, he's just too confident to the point where nobody could guard him. Not even 4 people could guard him. He think that, but you know, in Miami, it don't work like that way. You know, you would expect like the guy who's the fastest player in all of football would be able to find a way to get open against about 2 or 3 guys on one play. You know, if you just go for a go route and Tua just throw it up, you would be able to get it. But they probably got somebody on top of Tyreek, and then they probably got somebody behind that DB just to make sure Tyreek he don't go for a go route and they can catch up to it and deflect the ball or intercept it. At that point, we just got to throw it short. You know, so Tyreek, I know you mad about this year and you not getting your stats. I completely understand. But if you're all pro receiver, you got voted the best player last year. So teams going to focus in on you. They're going to focus in. And you having multiple defenders on you is going to cause Tua to not even look your direction to throw. It's going to cause him to do that because he's not trying to turn the ball over. If he does that, then boom, now we're all talking bad about him. And, you know, he at risk of not being a Dolphin. Especially as of right now, you know, including the injuries and the play against good teams. You know, everybody on the hot seat. Chris Greer, he on the hot seat. McDaniel, he on the hot seat. Tua, he on the hot seat. Everybody. So everybody back is against the wall at this moment. Last year, I would say it's Tua, but now it's just everybody. Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel and Tua. All their backs is against the wall. Tua, he gonna have to be able to handle the players in the locker room. Mike McDaniel, he gonna have to be able to handle the players in the locker room as well, but also the personnel side of things, making sure he getting the right players. You know, he's making practice at the right time. You know, making sure the players do not come in late like this year. You know, make sure that doesn't happen again. Set your foot down. Like, put some authority in your voice. Let them players know that you're not playing. Let them boys know that you're not playing, man. Don't let them boys walk over you like that. You're the oldest person in the room. You know, you're like 2 years older than Calais, so you should be able to command the room to the point where nobody coming in late. You should be able to do that.
So we'll always make sure that we complement each other so that there's no one asset that people can double. You have to make people pay other places. Case in point, Jonnu Smith's productivity. I think he really helped us out with taking advantage of the space that was given up to cover some of the deep zones, you know, from both Reek and Waddle, and the more effective you are at doing that, then once you prove that you can march down the field and beat very preventative, cautious defenses, you have time of possession and you score a touchdown, they will try to get you off the field in different ways, and that's what opens up the full utility belt of offense.
Chris, you have a long list of pending UFAs, and Javon Holland's the name who stands out there. How much of a priority will it be to try to re-sign him?
Yeah, we had conversations throughout the summer with Javon and his agent. Javon's been a good player here. I've watched him grow both on and off the field as a person. You guys have got to see his personality too here. We put those on hold once the season started. Both sides agreed, let's just focus on the year. We're going to go through everything and like we always do and talk through this here and see what happens here.
Yeah, that's as expected. I expected that right there.
Season.
Chris, so just looking at how you construct your roster, given the top of the AFC and the quarterbacks that are there and the cold weather, how much does that factor in, knowing that most likely you've got to develop a team to potentially go on the road and beat those teams in a playoff game?
Good question.
No, I think you always look, like, especially for us, listen, like Buffalo has been the top dog in the AFC East now. So we're always looking at how we can beat them as well as the Jets and Patriots. Because
O-line, fix the O-line, man. It's not that hard. It's not that hard, man.
you win your division, you get in the playoffs. So that is a focus. I think a lot of those times in some of those cold weather games, it's self-inflicted wounds. We found a way to beat ourselves. Even last week, we turned the ball over 3 times, including in the red zone a couple times. And until this team figures out ways to stop doing it, nothing's going to change. So we need to change that narrative and find a way to win. You know, Buffalo this year wasn't a cold game, but we went up to Buffalo and lost on a 61-yard field goal, guys. And we played them on that Saturday night, you know, a year or so, whatever it was, and another shootout in the cold. So the guys can play. We can play in there. It's just the self-inflicted wounds that we do, and it seems to show up at the wrong time. And team like Kansas City, you know, in that game too, at the end, we had a chance to tie it, send it into overtime.
One thing about Chris Greer, he's not going to forget about his chances. Every chance that he got, he's not going to forget about it. He's not.
And until these guys figure that out,
He
nothing's
old
going to
head.
change. We work tirelessly and talk about it constantly, and I think the players are tired of it too. And so I think that's the big step for these guys and us as a team here next offseason to in that narrative.
Chris, there's been reports of teams showing interest in your defensive coordinator, Anthony Weaver. Will those requests be granted, and how do you evaluate his first year with the team?
Yeah, the requests have been granted. He said a couple. Anthony for me, and I'll let Mike talk a little bit more. First of all, the person, tremendous human being, and just how he carries himself, handles himself. You can tell when he walks into a room, he just commands respect. A lot of the players, even here, I'm sure Mike will spend more, or just talk about how he enjoyed playing for him. And that was from everyone, even before when we made calls on him, when Mike wanted to interview him. It was everyone talked about the person. It's been a great year working with him and just getting to know him as a person. I think any organization would benefit tremendously for him. I would hate for him to leave us, because then that's possibly a fourth defensive scheme for the defensive guys to go through. But I highly recommend him for anyone. He's a tremendous human being and football coach.
We can.
Okay.
I wasn't aware we could block him for a head coaching job, but I think he's more than deserving. He's fully equipped with the football knowledge, and more importantly, he's a relationship builder and maintainer. It's we obviously thought highly of him by hiring him, and he followed through above and beyond. And I think he's will be greatly served if we're fortunate enough to have him another year, but will not be surprised. Very deserving, and I see him. It's not if but when for him to get a head coaching opportunity, whether it's this year or in the years moving forward.
Okay.
Do you consider delegating play calling duties? Is that something that you think could benefit the overall, as you evaluate the overall operation?
Yeah, I think I always.
Might be Danny. He gonna need some type of authority. So somebody go hand him the playbook. Hey, just study over this. That's all you gotta do. Don't do too much. Now you thinking crazy on that.
Consider it, just because that's something that I don't enter into because for any other reason. But I think the team's best served with me calling the plays. The second that changes, I'll change that. it's not a self-serving process, and you know, part of the evaluation process in general is am I doing this because I'm the best person to facilitate this within this offense and our players, and the second that changes, I'll change.
Chris, it was 5 years ago that there was
That's crazy.
a reset, a massive accumulation of assets. Why do you think that, as we sit here 5 years later, the timeline to playoff success hasn't accelerated as quickly as I'm sure you would like?
Hey, those players that the Packers picked, they look pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty nice.
Yeah, no, it's a fair question. I would say the last 2 years we've gone to playoffs and didn't win games, that's not the goal. We're in there to win and compete to get to Super Bowls. Mike came in, kind of flipped the whole culture and how he does things, created excitement around here. We made some trades and got people in, like I said, with the assets. You know, this year, again, we had high expectations, like I said. Injuries happen. I'm not using that as an excuse. You know, it is what it is. Every team deals with it, you know. I would say our biggest one, no matter what happened, is obviously the quarterback. When he misses 6.5 games, when we miss it by a game getting into the playoffs, to me, that's the difference there.
But what game was that? Did they win?
The goal is always to win, and it has been to win playoff games and compete for Super Bowls, and that will not change. It was a very disappointing year. It was a hard year. A lot of lessons were learned. And unfortunately, I think sometimes you have to go through these to take your next step. And very committed and excited for 2025 and the challenge. It's not going to be easy, but nothing worth attaining is easy. And so excited for the possibility. Got 10 draft picks right now with the compensatory things, and so very excited about the influx of young talent as well as free agency to get the roster going again and add to the players that are here, because we feel very good about the core players that are here. They're talented players. They're difference makers. To me, like, it's the fact that like Zach Sealer and HN didn't get Pro Bowl stuff. To me, it's bullshit. But
okay.
At the end of the day, when you don't win
okay,
games,
Greer
it's a
standing up
team
for his
game.
players.
Unfortunately, that happens.
That's
And
a first.
and good people and good players that do things the right way get left behind because of it. And it's our goal between Mike and I to make sure that doesn't happen to our players again.
Is there anything with Tua's hip that gives you guys concern for the long term? And outside of that, what gives you guys faith that he can lead you to a Super Bowl?
Yeah, no concern at all. No concern at all. We've talked. It was a very unique injury, and there's no concern at all. I think from us, and you've heard it. I mean, everyone talks about it. Like, players that can operate this system at the levels that he does. We're very excited. You know, he's 26 years old. Still growth. I think every year you've seen growth in what he does. And this year, Mike and I talked about some of the steps he took when he was on the field, and can still ascend, which is, you know, kind of weird for a quarterback that's, you know, played as much as he has and won as many games as he has from high school, college, and the NFL. And so we're very confident. His teammates are extremely confident in him. And I think that's been the one thing that seeing here is that he knows how important he is to these guys, and they've told him. And again, it's his availability of controlling what he can control. Like, throw the ball away. You don't have to run around, be Superman, live for the next play. And the sooner he understands that, which he's told Mike and I, he understands that clearly, because this was hard for him, missing these last 2 games after he played all last season. It was hard for him. And what you love about him is his competitiveness and his fight. I mean, you guys have seen a little bit of how he is now when he's pissed. And that's what you love about him, because he shows that to us all the time. And it's not taking the competitive spirit out of him. It's just having him play smart and realize how important he is to this franchise.
Good answer. Good answer, Chris Greer. Good answer.
Moving forward about whether he's
I'm not even gonna flag. That was a good answer.
Confidence or belief that could be here.
Yeah, we both had separate conversations with Calais yesterday. First of all, what he added to this organization in this year was incredible. Incredible human being. Just his longevity and what he's been able to do with his player at his age for this long is almost unheard of. I mean, he's every day how he approaches it is his professionalism. I mean, it's just hard to put into words unless you're around him. He's got an infectious personality. He loves ball. He loves his teammates. He wants to invest in players and teach them and pass on the knowledge. And I don't want to speak for him, but you know, he's indicated that if he does decide to play, that he loves his time here, and you know, we would be a very strong consideration to come back if he decides to play again, and we would welcome him back with open arms.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Calais Campbell, there's a chance that he might come back. There's a chance that he might come back after this year. I think he'll retire if he get a ring. If not, then I do see him coming back. And he's saying that he would come back to Miami, but there got to be some type of change in Miami before Calais come back. Before Calais Campbell come back, some type of change. Don't do whatever you gotta do, and you don't change anything about yourself to help you get to that point. You know what I'm trying to say? You really gotta adjust your characteristics, you know, train your mind to be able to do the right thing no matter what the situation is. You know, but shout out to Mike McDaniel and Chris Grier. Next we got that boy Bubba Dub. He gonna talk about Tyreek Hill wanting out of Miami. Let's hear what he gotta say. Let me zoom in real quick. This guy funny. Get ready to laugh, man. Get ready to laugh.
Tyreek Hill, the cheater. Post-game interview yesterday. You know, he ain't played fourth quarter yesterday. You know, he checked out, you know, mentally. You know, after the game, they asked him questions about next season. He said that he don't want to be a Miami Dolphin no more. He want to go somewhere else. That's cool. But at the end of the day, you signed the contract. Do you hear me? You signed the contract. Therefore, and Bernie Mac, boy, shut the, don't look at me, don't talk to me. I tell you what, you better go and get out of my face before you get swole. See, that's the problem with players. Things don't go that way. Or you didn't put up the numbers that you.
But Mike McDaniel not gonna let that slide. That's what Bubba not understanding. Mike McDaniel would not let the stuff slide that he think that Tyreek Hill could slide with.
Wanted to put up. Now you want to go. No. I want you to stay right where your bad ass at. You was right there in Kansas City, had all the Gates, Arthur Bryant barbecue it was. You didn't want no barbecue. No, you want a goddamn Cuban sandwich. So you went down there to Miami. And for the first 2 years, that goddamn Cuban sandwich was great. Now you don't want it no more. No.
Nah, Tyreek Hill, he getting tired of them Cuban sandwiches. He don't want that no more. So, you know, sometimes when you eat the same food over and over and over again, you get tired of that food and you switch to something else. You know, that's what Bubba Dub trying to say about Tyreek. You know, each season, you know, you going through it with the Dolphins each season. You know, you're used to it. You're used to it at this point. And sometimes a new change, a new restart can help your whole career. It can. And with Tyreek and the talent that he is, if you get a quarterback that loves to throw it deep, you know, like you know, the Commanders quarterback, Jaden Daniels, he might be able to make a great tandem in regards to Terry McLaurin and Tyreek Hill. That would be a top 5 receiving core. Top 5. And it will make everybody behind them better. Zaccheaus, he's not a bad receiver for the Commanders. Zaccheaus, check him out. When the Commanders play the Buccaneers, I'm telling you, he's going to ball out. I don't know how to say his first name, but his last name is Zaccheaus.
You get what your ass signed up for. So now you're not going nowhere. I know you probably mad that cop dumped you on your neck, but that cop got fired.
Oh, man.
That cop got fired, fam.
That's true.
Why don't you own an apartment building? I'm serious right now. Let me show you a path that could change your...
If I'm the Dolphins organization, I'm not getting rid of your ass. You going to play for me.
I mean, for a first, though. For a first. Everybody saying a second or third. I say the Dolphins budge for a first maybe a first and a second. I think the Dolphins budge with that. I think they budge. But hey, I do want to keep Tyreek on the team, but based off the value of the round picks and Tyreek, there's some value there with the draft picks. Some value. We're gonna get way more depth if we do not like any of the quarterbacks in the draft. Way more depth. And we should be set in regards to our draft. That'll make us 11 picks in the NFL draft, about 11 picks.
And them 12 kids you got, they better be at every home game too, because you're playing out here in the 305. I got Trick Daddy, I got Luke, I got Rick Ross, I got Dan Marino, I got everybody some power. Let's have a great time.
Crazy. I heard him. He said powder. He said powder.
Going, fam. Just a year ago, everybody was thinking that Miami had a chance to do something. Why you go? Cause the damn dolphin that y'all brought in, his fins broke. That's all wrong with Tua. His damn fins broke, which is his head. No, you in Miami, fam. Great weather. When it's cold, it's warm, and when it's warm, it's warm.
Ain't no excuse.
Where you going? Now you want to go and talk all that. I don't know if I'm gonna be here. No, I love it here. I love Miami. I appreciate it. No, nigga. You're not finna go no motherfucking world. I bought a Bugatti, and goddamn it, I'm gonna get some goddamn Bugatti, goddamn yards and touchdowns out your ass.
Hey, that's real though.
That was wrong.
We paid Tyreek all that money for him to sit out half a game. We paid you all that money just for you to sit out, man. That's embarrassing.
Player, man, when the tough get tough, they want to run. Nah, dog. You had Patrick Mahomes as your motherfucking quarterback, dog. And you didn't want to be there no more. You want to go and give me my money. Well, guess what? The Dolphins gave you your money. And guess what? You going to give me some motherfucking production.
Hey, that's what I need.
You going to give me some production. Because I feel like ain't no other NFL team going to give me what I want for you and what I value yet. That's my thing. I know some of y'all saying, I'll get rid of him. But who you going to get for him? Who you going to get that's going to bring what he bring? Tell me.
Nobody. Nobody going to bring what Tyreek Hill can bring. Nobody. There might, in 2 or 3 years, there might be somebody who breaks that 40-yard dash record. There's a few people that I got in mind that could break it, but I'm not too sure. I don't want to speculate right now. I don't. I don't see the Ravens going to the Super Bowl because they got the James Harden of the NFL and Lamar Jackson. But, I just think Lamar Jackson, he learned from his mistakes, man. He learned from his mistakes, and he going to do right. 2025, a lame duck season. I can feel it from him. That's why I'm doing draft content now and all that, getting ready for the offseason. I'll be here way harder in the offseason than the regular season. Regular season, I'm busy watching the game with my family, or at a bar or something like that. But, during the off season, if there's nothing to talk about, I just hop on here and talk about the draft or whatever's going on with sports. So y'all be on the lookout for this channel. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and help me get to that 10K. And I will be posting during the off season. During the regular season, I post every week, man. I saw this film is hilarious. He definitely is, man. Definitely is. Who traded all that? Waddle is Tyreek. At this point, I would feel comfortable saying that Waddle is Tyreek. Tyreek, I think he still got upside. Waddle, I think he's more so of a product of his environment. I'm not blaming him. And I don't know where Waddle. I don't know. I can't really say anything. In regards to that. I do think Tyreek Hill is a better receiver than Waddle. I do think so. But if you trade both of them away, you'll get a similar trade packages for both of them. So that's what I'm saying. A second and a third. That's something that, not a second and a third, but Waddle, he worth what? Like a second? Isn't he? I'm not too sure. But Tyreek Hill, he worth a first round pick for sure. Worth a first round pick, and on top of that, we could get somebody to replace Tyreek. Not his speed, but just to replace Tyreek easily. But like I said, I don't want Tyreek Hill off of the Dolphins, but if it does happen, those are my scenarios.
Right now. ain't gonna get it. If I'm the Dolphins, I'm gonna get rid of you. I want 3 first-round picks. I know ain't nobody gonna get it.
Facts,
Just
facts.
for your ass gonna be a Miami Dolphin. Nah, fam. I know you mad. You didn't put up no numbers. You don't even look like a top 5 receiver. We know it. The numbers say you ain't a top 5 receiver, but we know you are. We know you are. We know what you went through this year, but now we ain't running. That's how we do it. Fucking run. We ain't running. You got a contract. God damn it, you abide by it. You gonna abide by that motherfucking contract. If I'm a Miami Dolphin fan, god damn it, he try to get out of there, I sue him. I come up with a suit. They suing everybody else for he bullshit these days. I sue him. What you suing Tyreek Hill for leaving? God damn, I done bought a house down here in Miami, thinking he gonna be here. I done got a job down here in Miami, because I'm thinking he gonna be here. Now he leaving? Shit, no. You shitting me?
I can't do that. I'm from South Florida. I'm from South Florida. I can't do that, man. I cannot.
I'll shoot the shit out Tyreek Hill if he did Dolphins. If I'm a Dolphin, I'll put a stop to that shit. My good old friend Skip Bayless. Come here.
So maybe, you know what we got to do? We got to go to Tyreek Hill house. You know, we got to stop him from going to another city. We got to stop his direction, stop his car, anything, bro, to keep Tyreek Hill on the Dolphins. You know, but Tyreek Hill, he is aging. He's on the older side. So that age, that might be a factor in regards to Tyreek Hill. We never going to see that prime Tyreek Hill again. Unless we do everything perfectly this offseason, then yeah, that could be a different story. But as of right now, you know, Tyreek, we good with him. We good.
God damn it, come here. Allegedly. They say you offered this girl $1.5 million for her coaching. 1.5 for some.
Skip. Come on, Skip. Come on, Skip. $1.5 million for some box. Skip, really? Skip, come on, man. That's crazy.
Coach, never.
Never.
Ain't
That's
no
too much.
motherfucking way. Who this white woman, Skip? You trying to get 1.5 million too, fam? I know you say you a drip god, but you a goddamn lying god if you asking me. 1.5?
1.5, that's
Man,
crazy.
you better snuggle up old ass, ugly ass Ernestine, and goddamn you 73. If you ain't been getting them good
If you're a freak, where does he find the time?
looking coaches, you ain't gonna get them now. That white girl ain't just telling on Skip, she telling on 13 other ones. Joy Taylor, come here.
Come here.
Come here.
Joy Taylor, come here. Come here.
She said you had a nasty attitude. Come here. Goddamn chickens coming home to roost. For once, black people, this ain't got nothing to do with us. Stay out this shit. Stay out of it. Goddamn it, stay out of it. That see how Skip crawled his way out this hole right here. Is this woman telling the truth? We don't know. I'm not.
But Skip, he could crawl his way out because he ain't do nothing with nobody. He ain't do nothing with nobody. You know, if anything, he paid somebody to try to do something, but it seemed like he's the person left standing outside of the love triangle between Acho, Taylor, and everybody else. But nobody ain't really want to F with Skip. Nobody. I mean, look, bro, you over 70 years old, bro. Ain't nobody really trying to like take you serious like that. No, ain't no way you gonna cuff a Joy Taylor. No way. All these sports analysts think that they could cuff Joy Taylor just because she looked like she easy. Just because of that, man.
I heard her deny none of her claims. All I know, all this shit is allegedly, but it don't look good. They say this man offered 1.5 million. This woman says she told Skip, I got overall counsel trying to throw him out. She say Skip say he don't give a damn what kind of counsel you got, bitch. I got the cure for it. That white girl must have been fine than a motherfucker.
Hey.
Do you hear me? And some white girls, these white girls these days, thick than a motherfucker. Hey, y'all seen that white woman on IG? I can't think of her name. She old school. She about 55. That motherfucker thick and fluffy. I ain't never really laid eyes on a white woman like that, but I have now. Until I seen her and I went to Iggy Azalea, OnlyFans, goddamn it, come in. Think I won't live with that booger.
See, that's something that Skip would have to do. You know, instead of paying 1.5 million for some box, just go subscribe to an OnlyFans page and just watch your stuff daily. That's it. That's it, man. You don't gotta be offering people a check just so you can do something with it. You don't gotta do that. You don't.
Skip, motherfucker, you a lie.
Great. The new GoDaddy Arrow has AI marketing tools to help small.
I know my family. I'm with that white girl. You goddamn right I'm with her. And you motherfuckers gonna respect our relationship too. I'm letting you know right now. I go to my family. You sorry motherfucking niggas. Let me tell y'all something. I'm with this white woman now. And you motherfuckers gonna respect her. When I walk into the house and I'm walking up these, now y'all see me pull up, y'all better open the car door for her. If that motherfucker sneeze, you better say bless you. Real talk. That white woman a good motherfucker, so I know. Wrinkle face Skip trying to give a motherfucker 1.5 million. All the women Skip done been around exposed to. He want to give her 1 point. I got to see this white girl here.
Yeah,
I know this motherfucker breath smell like goddamn peppermint. I know it smells
She
like
gotta be
peppermint.
perfect.
I'm not bullshitting you. Hey, one thing about them white girls, oh my God. They do whatever you say. Real talk. You can't get.
Hey, that's why these NFL players, they're cuffing up white females. That's what they doing. You see it over and over again. They marrying white girls instead of black females. You know, I don't really have too much to say in regards to that. Everybody has their preference. You know, I love a black female. I don't got no problem with the other race. You know, Spanish as well, no problem as well. You know, I don't discriminate. Just as long as you look good, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you. You gotta be above a 7 for me to talk to you. Above a 7. You know, if you're not above a 7, then I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. But man, bro, Skip, man, I thought you was better than this. You know, but this is a working man right here. It never seemed like Skip had time for relationships. He's too busy focused on the bad. That's what it seemed with Skip. But and he getting exposed today. Getting exposed, man, for that lawsuit.
You give it to him just right. You got them white women for life. God damn it, I want to find out who she is. I don't want to get near her because she like put some allegations out on do it. And you know where I'm from, we're going to play that shit. Where I'm from, we're going to take it. If you don't want it, then goddamn it, you won't get it. We go off consent. Real talk. Couple of words for it. You fucking? Yes or no? If it's no, bye. If it's yes, come on in. Yeah, that's how you got to start doing the women. If you fucking, yes or no. If it's no, bye. If it's yes, come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Ooh, that was
Nasty.
funny, man.
Is it bad? I wouldn't even worry about it.
This is a Prize Pick ad right here. Prize Pick ad. So I think the video over. Yeah, I think it's over. But yeah, shout out to Bubba. You know, one of the funniest guys I know, especially in regards to talking about sports. He got that. That was the only video that came out with the Dolphins, you know, so pretty much from here will be freestyling in regards to the topics that we're going to talk about. And what else we got? We're going to react to Brian Flores before his playoff game, Aaron Rodgers, his last game as a Jet, maybe. Who knows? We got to see. And we still got Twitter as well. On Twitter, I got some of the prospects that I think will be like great fits for the Dolphins. I got like 4 prospects. We're going to check them boys out to see what they got going on. And that should be it, man. That should be it. But next, let's react to B-Flow. See what he got going on over there with the Vikings.
Disappointing. Just speak on the game from Sunday night. Obviously, disappointing. Loss. I mean, I thought we put a lot into it, but got to give credit to the Lions. They played really well. They made more plays than we did. Executed a little bit better than we did. My message to our guys yesterday, we brought them in, was just that, I think there's always valuable lessons learned in defeat. And we got to turn the page quickly and try to apply those lessons to next Monday night. So that was the message. We made some corrections, talked about a few things. But yeah, we got to turn the page quickly. Biggest game of the year. Next Monday night against a very good Rams team. Just started watching them this morning. So, certainly explosive, very good players, good run game, good schematics. Sean does a great job from that standpoint. Big challenge.
Your father knows about saving money. Everything I'm wearing, I've had since boot camp.
And yeah, I think, we just got to go through our process like we do every week. Good meeting, good walkthrough, good practice. String good days together, and then that'll give us an opportunity to put our best foot forward next Monday night.
Okay, so the Vikings, they already played the Rams this year. Already played them and won. Do you guys think the Rams would be able to beat them this time? I got my money on the Vikings winning this one. I got my money on the Vikings. Let me get back to some of y'all comments. Tyreek about to dig the Dolphins into the ground. When divas are not happy, better cut your losses. But we don't have a Josh Allen to make us comfortable in regards to cutting a loss like Tyreek. We do not have Josh Allen. If Tyreek Hill was doing this over there with the Buffalo Bills and they wanted to let him go, they would have. We don't really need you. We got Josh Allen. With the Dolphins, we know, Tua, he needs Tyreek. So that's what I'm feeling about this. Joy, spreading joy. Skip creating high-class boxes. What you mean, fam? DG, everyone, what's up to my boy Vamos Gato, 89. Appreciate you for pulling up on me.
Brian, how do you think the Rams have grown since the last time you saw them?
I think, when we saw him, it was really the first game Puka was back. He's a big part of their offense and what they do. Outstanding player, hands, physical, contested catches, run after. They do a great job of, finding ways, different ways to get him the football, screens, obviously just, your pure route running. But they get him the ball in a myriad of ways. Good run game. They do a lot of really good things, and Stafford's playing well.
How much of Puka coming back that day was expected? How much did you guys?
And yeah, I got to remember Brian Flores. He is getting head coaching job interviews currently. He is. I don't think he currently taking them, but as of right now, they got to worry about the season and making it to the Super Bowl. So that's the main focus. After that, then he'll probably go visit these teams, and I do think there's a chance that he could be the only defensive coach to get hired. Him and another person, or just him. Everybody else is going to be offensive coordinators. That's my opinion.
When a guy's not in, he comes off of the IR, short week. Quite honestly, we were a little bit surprised that he was out there, that he was brought up, and there was a night game on a Thursday, so we found out, let's call it 4 hours before the game. There was a little bit of, I don't want to say the word scrambling, but hey, we had seen a little bit of him from the previous year, but not much, this year, so there was a little bit of scrambling he was involved early. Obviously we know he's going to be out there now, this time out. We'll do a better job, or I'll do a better job of making sure our guys are prepared from that standpoint.
Scrambling in that situation, what can you do?
We talk about the player.
This is what a bad offensive line could do to you. You're a defensive coordinator, and you're still talking about what the offensive line did this last year that just passed by. So Brian Flores, sometimes I miss him, sometimes I don't, because of that relationship with Tua. What team do y'all think that he could go to? What team? The Jets. That might be an option for him. He's from New York. The Bears. Those are the only two options I'm seeing for Brian Flores. The only two clear ones.
We talk about, how they use him, We start talking matchups, who would go here, who would go there. There's not a lot you can do in that type of situation. But, we'll be in a better place this time out.
Do they look markedly different?
They're a very different team with Puka out there. Very different. He brings an element in both the run and the pass game that's
I hired an AI personal assistant to do literally everything for me. I was lazy today. So in the morning,
that's why he's the player that he is. He opens things up for other players. Cooper Kupp being, one certainly. And it's really two number ones that you're dealing with.
Brian, just to go back to this past weekend, how did you feel like you guys performed from a run-stopping perspective against a guy that is obviously as explosive as?
I think, there were, a lot of positive things, positive moments, I would say, in the game. But against a player like that, it only takes 1, 2, 3 plays, And if everybody's not in their gap, if everyone's not, we don't have the edge sets, we don't have the, the cutback players where they're supposed to be, against a player like that, it only takes, a handful of plays, and, those become the plays in the game that are.
Yeah, he's talking about Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs, he probably like a top 3 running back, in my opinion. Top 3 running back in the NFL. As soon as you give him that edge, he taking off with it. He going full speed, man. At this point, I don't know who's faster, A-Chain or Jahmyr Gibbs. I got me know in the comments, like, who's faster, who's quicker in regards to them being a player, because it's too close, man, too close. Me personally, I would choose Jahmyr Gibbs over Devon A-Chain. I love Devon A-Chain, but Jahmyr Gibbs, he just got it. He just got it, man. He's one of the best running back prospects I ever scouted. One of the best.
Significant. That was a lot of the message yesterday. In these types of games, trust is a big part of it. Handling your responsibility is a big part of it. And, we can't have, situations where one guy's out of his gap, or somebody's uncertain that guy's going to be in his gap, so he takes that gap, and then it kind of snowballs into some things like that. And against a good player and a good team, those really become the differences in big games.
Brian, with your experience as a head coach and the interviews, requests coming in, how does that help you kind of balance these two things now as you prepare for the Rams and then deal with the attention you're getting? Yeah,
I think it's anytime you're mentioned in these kind of head coaching conversations or receiving requests, or it's an honor, certainly that. Definitely don't take that lightly. And look, I look forward to, having those conversations, talking to people about my football journey, my leadership journey. But I also kind of pride myself in being able to compartmentalize and really lock in on the things that or prioritize, the different things that are happening, in my life. And I think everyone in this kind of profession does the same thing, because we all have a lot of things going on. And this is part of that. I can tell you this, I'm certainly locked in on the Rams and, all the things that they do. And, for me, it's the players that are number one. And, I'm always going to work and do things with their interests first. So, yeah, it's, certainly an honor, but I'll be, my number one priority is, getting this team ready, or getting this defense ready to play against the Rams.
Well, will you take all the requests?
Interesting answer right there. Interesting.
Kind of go request by request on that in terms of, obviously, the issue that was brought up in the lawsuit in terms of sham interviews and those sort of things. Like, will you take that into account on the front end, or will you take all the interviews?
I plan on taking them all. I plan on, sitting down and having conversations with, any team that's interested in talking to me about that position. Like I said, I look forward to talking to people about, my football journey.
And these ads, man, what's up with you two, man?
when that time comes, I'll do that. But again, I don't think I'm even allowed to talk to anyone until next week. So really, the focus is kind of the Rams.
But yeah, man, shout out to Brian Flores, doing a wonderful job over there with the Vikings and that defense. No big name players other than Harrison Smith, but he's kind of an old head, so he's making it work with all the talent that he got over there. He's making it work, man. Could y'all beat Anthony Weaver one-on-one? Could y'all beat him? I don't know. Me personally, I don't think so. We're going to see. Maybe in my dreams. Maybe. Next, we got Aaron Rodgers press conference. Let's check this out.
Go ahead. What are your emotions right now? Oh, just a lot of gratitude, for the ability to be healthy this season. All the people that put me in a position to be able to start 17 games. There's time for other emotions, but tonight I'm just thankful for the performance and the guys that made plays tonight.
How important was it for you to close out this season on a high note after all that you've been through?
I mean, listen, every game we go out trying to play well, trying to win. Didn't start great tonight, but put together some good drives. It was nice.
What did it mean for you personally to have that type of game, with everybody wondering what's going on with the future?
Yeah, not worried about that, honestly. I know what I'm capable of. And I'm just thankful for guys making plays tonight.
How did you get 500?
Yeah, it was good. It was kind of like a old school red zone touchdown like we did for so long in Green Bay, where kind of play breaks down, move up in the pocket, guys keep working. Fun to get Conk that. Conk is one of the good guys on this team. One of the guys you can count on. He's a natural leader, and from day one, he made me feel really welcome. You need your best players to be your best people, and he's definitely one of them.
Devontae waited for you, and you walked off together. What did that mean?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, Kabi's here tonight. Kabi and I walked off the field in 2022. I'd actually thought about today wanting to walk off with him, but hadn't actually mentioned anything to him. And then when I turned around after doing Pam's interview, it was cool to see him there, so that meant a lot. He's one of my best friends in the world and my best friend in the league currently playing, so that was cool.
Congratulations on your 500 and your documentary. You said in your documentary that you felt like you had unfinished business here in New Jersey. Do you still feel that way? Do you feel like you have to reach 506 or more?
No, I mean, those are just, longevity numbers. We'll have the conversations in the next few days. Whatever, happens out of there, I don't know if anything will be definitive coming out of those, but I just need some time away to think about my future in the game and my future, here if they want me to be a part of the next phase or if they're ready to move on. Either way, I'm thankful for my 2 years here.
In your heart of hearts, do you think you'll be back with the Jets?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know, Rich. If I did, I don't know that I'd tell you. So I will say that out of respect. But truthfully, I don't know. I'm looking forward to those conversations with Woody and Christopher and Jaime and Phil and anybody else. It feels good to be able to do some of the things the last 5 or 6 weeks I know I was capable of doing, even at 40, 41. But either way, I won't be upset or offended whatever they decide to do if they want to move on, if I still want to play.
He lying. I know he lying, man. Shout out to my boy Chef Drew. Appreciate you for pulling up on me. Much love for him. Subscribe, like, share, and donate. Help the channel grow, please. And thank you. Appreciate you, my boy. Appreciate you. I miss you, Coach Mick D. Are you talking about Coach Flo or Mike McDaniel? He ain't leave yet. He ain't get fired yet.
If not, I'll let him know at some point if that's the case.
What do days like today do in the other games you've had down the stretch here? What do you think those will do when you do kick your feet in the sand and think about what you want to do? How much influence will they have, a day like today have on them?
Just for my body, one of my main goals.
I never seen somebody wear a beanie with a suit. Never seen this before. Kind of strange, man.
So starting 17 games, so I accomplished that. The other ones I didn't really maybe meet, but I'm thankful for everybody put me in a position to be able to start 17 games, not just Dr. Elatrudge.
Wow.
And Heather with my rehab and AAA, but Dave and his.
Aaron Rodgers started 17 games. That's amazing right there. Based off what happened last year, after 4 snaps, he missed a whole year. And this year he played all 17 games, man. He could be in contention for a comeback player of the year, but Sam Darnold, he got that. Sam Darnold got that.
Staff here, it was good to work with them. But I know I can still play. I know I can still do the things I need to do to be successful. It just comes down to the desire on their side, and then ultimately my desire after I kind of take some time mentally and physically to rest and relax.
Did it feel any differently?
Yeah, he going to Egypt.
Like 2022?
He going to Egypt.
Kind of didn't know what was going on, but I remember you said something like 90% thought you were retired at that point.
I knew my times, I think, in 2022 was done in.
You ate all my pizza rolls. These are like $100.
No, Totino's pizza rolls are 10 for about $1.
Well, then give us about.
Green Bay. I just felt like it was time for all of us. It was unsaid, maybe on their side, but it was understood, I think, by all of us that it was time to go separate ways. I needed to figure out whether I still had a desire to play or not, whether I could get the love for the game back. I have tremendous love for the game now. I don't feel that. So I can't say that it feels anything like that. This feels much different. It feels like just need to get away and then also see what they're into, what they're thinking, and then take some time for myself.
I know in this game, did you have any time in your head to reflect on how you got to this point and really the totality of your career, or is that more something that you're going to have a chance to do now?
What was the first part of the question?
Have you had a chance to reflect on how you got here?
I mean, the game just ended 30 minutes ago, so I had a few hugs in the locker room, a few emotional moments with some people I really care about. But I think it's not great to make emotional decisions about anything in life. So I need some time to step away from this and see how I'm feeling if I want to keep going. And obviously, Jets are going to make the decision they're going to make.
Aaron, Ian Rappaport said this morning, people close
It all just depends on who the head coach is for the Jets when that time comes. It all just depends, man.
him, I know, are preparing for the fact that this could be, in fact, be his last game in the NFL. What is your reaction to that?
People said they were close to me?
Yeah, people that Ian talked to, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a relationship with Ian. I'm not sure who does in my circle, but probably nobody that's talked to me in the last short while. No offense to Ian, of course.
Did you, on your way out of the tunnel or pregame tonight, kind of take an extra moment to look around or think a certain way just in case?
No, I didn't. No, this game's been great to me. I've given this game a lot, and I'm proud of what I've been able to accomplish. I'm thankful for the men and women I've interacted with over the years in the organizations, the men I got to play with, and no, I've got no regrets about anything that went down.
Aaron, games like this, how did you know, once you take some time away, you did want to come back and play, and they, I know this is hypothetical, but and the, you know, the new regime came in and didn't want you to come back here. Would you consider going elsewhere if you wanted to play, or is that in your mind almost too much? You know, start all over again with new regimes.
Well, I've done it once. Obviously, there's a lot of hypotheticals here. So, if I want to play, hypothetical number one. If they want to move on, hypothetical number two. Would I be willing to play for another team, hypothetical number three? The answer is yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Aaron, some of your teammates mentioned in the team meeting last night you spoke.
Aaron Rodgers, he's pretty much a free agent, basically. You're a free agent, but he could remain with the team. It makes logical sense in regards to him staying with the Jets and grooming a backup quarterback. That's the only thing that makes sense right now. You could go to the Raiders, but come on, man. Like Devontae Adams, he just left from there. So it doesn't make no sense in regards to him going to the Raiders. Browns. I don't think that's Aaron Rodgers' vibe right there. I don't think so. Maybe Miami, but he just came from the Jets. I don't think he would go to Miami from the Jets. And on top of that, him with Mike McDaniel, no. I just don't think that dynamic doesn't fit in. Maybe the Steelers. I like the Steelers. He had a few good words about Mike Tomlin, a few times. So the Steelers might be an option. Him and Russell Wilson, maybe they, find a way to work with each other in that room. Maybe, but it just depends if Aaron Rodgers is trying to be a starter or a bridge quarterback. Both of them are the same thing, but it has a different definition for both. Different definition. So Aaron Rodgers, he in a difficult spot right now. A lot of NFL players don't get to the spot that Aaron Rodgers gets to, and not know what they're gonna do. But it seemed like Aaron Rodgers, he's one of those players, he gotta go on vacation, he gotta meditate and all that. So he's like a weird individual, but he gonna figure it out. Spoke
about your why and the relationships. What was the impetus for that speech, and what did you tell them?
I'd wanted to speak to the guys. Rick's been doing this cool thing where he allows a couple players and a coach to maybe speak, and sometimes one player, one coach. I had asked him earlier in the season if he was thinking about me, if he could allow me to do it at the end. I just kind of wanted to just talk to the guys about what the last 2 years has meant to me. I talked about my love for the game, my perspective, and how it changed September 11th, 2023. And then I talked about the gratitude. There was questions about over the last few months, some from you all, some from people that I talked to about, did I regret coming in New York? And the answer is, of course not. So the follow-up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Shoot, he'd probably still be in the playoffs right now if he stayed with the Packers. He probably would.
Was usually, well, why is that the case? And I talked about what really is important in this game, and that's the relationships. And I talked about how if I hadn't come to New York, I wouldn't have met, and I singled out certain guys. I wouldn't have been able to be locker mates with Javon Kinlaw and Morgan Moses and Tyron Smith, and wouldn't be able to, been protected by John Simpson and what a great guy he is, and get to know the Williams brothers and get to watch these young stars early in their career, the Garretts and Sauce and Brees and Jermaine, and wouldn't have been able to be back with Nathaniel and be coached by Todd Downing and be in the room with Tyrod Taylor, one of the freaking coolest guys I've ever been around. I mean, just an absolute legend, so supportive. Wouldn't have been able to do any of that. I would have had a big hole inside me that only these 2 years could have filled. So when I say these have been the best 2 years of my life, I don't just mean those relationships. Off the field, there's been a lot of really special things that have happened, but if I hadn't come to New York, these relationships that are really important to me, many of which are going to last for a long, long time, never would have happened, and I would have really missed out on meeting some really special people.
So yeah, y'all heard it from him first. He don't care about rings. He care about relationships. That's important too. But you're bro. You look like you 49 right now. You aging quick, fam. Real quick. So hopefully he could get out of this division, but I'd be okay if he stays with the Jets, because that means that we do have a shot in this division. But if the Jets get dramatically better at quarterback, then I'll be worried. That's the last video. Now we just gonna react to Twitter videos real quick. Give me one moment. All right. Okay. This video, this is one of my favorite prospects that I think the Miami Dolphins should target. I forgot how to pronounce his name. It's Marcus Embo. So I think he's maybe from Africa, something like that. I don't know. But he's at right tackle right here. A very slim tackle. But I think this is going to be beneficial for our scheme because of us needing people who could move in space, and he could definitely move in space. Most definitely, man. Like, he could come in here, he could play tackle and a little bit of guard, but I would keep him at tackle. Let's check this out. Good lateral quickness. Straight to the DB. Good block right there. That's A-Chain. That's A-Chain right there. Not all linemen moving like that right there. Not all linemen moving like that. I love the misdirection on that play. Definitely love that. It kind of gives the old lineman an advantage in regards to getting blocks on people. But yeah, number 63, like, people got him projected as a second, third round pick right now. But I think, you know, once you go to the combine, put up good numbers, a good 40-yard dash, you know, a decent bench, and people gonna watch this film, he might end up being a first round pick. There's still some improvement needed. You know, I just think, like, Key took advantage of him playing on the college level. You know, the competition, you know, is good, but you're going to have to get used to the NFL competition. You know, the NFL competition is not like the college competition. So I wouldn't make him start right away in the NFL. I let him sit behind a veteran. Then once he shows that he's able to play in the NFL, then you can let him start at right tackle. That's when you let him start at right tackle. So a shout out to Embo from Purdue. This is the perfect scheme fit right here. Him, Aaron Brewer, you know, Patrick Paul, we still working with him to make sure that he can move in space like this. You know, we want him to move in space like this. That's what we want. Next video, I got another clip of Embo. He at right tackle again. Let's check him out, 63. Good pull. Final linebacker. Good job. Wash him out. Straight to the sideline. I love it. Him at right tackle again. Pass protection. Nobody touching his quarterback. Love that right there. Does that count as a pancake? I think so. But you see how, like, he crosses his feet? You know, that's a dangerous thing to do as a lineman, crossing your feet on your path. But he's just so confident in his athleticism to the point where he know, like, even if he missteps, he's still going to find his block. He's still going to find it. He's just a smooth puller. Very, very smooth puller. I wonder if he could play guard as well. Like, if we got to put Patrick Paul out there at right tackle and Teron Armstead come back for another year, I wonder if he could play guard. I think he can, but, you know, I still got to see him actually playing guard. But most of his film that I found is him playing tackle. That's all I found. But yeah, man, this is one of the best pulling old linemen in the whole draft. One of the best. So y'all write this name down, Marcus Embo. This is one person. I got like 3 guys I'm gonna show y'all on this video. So be on the lookout for that. Very, very slim. He looked like Aaron Brewer. Like, if Aaron Brewer was a tackle, this is how he would look like. If he was a tackle. You know, seeing a guy this small, it kind of worries you in regards to how he gonna last in the NFL against guys way bigger than him. You know, going up against a Myles Garrett, can he last? But, you know, I have confidence in regards to him being a Dolphin and him fitting the scheme to the point where our coach is going to put him in the position as to where he don't have to really worry about Myles Garrett, because, hey, it's It's gonna be Tua throwing the ball quick or another quarterback. It don't matter. It don't matter. So yeah, y'all keep a lookout for Embo. Everybody talking about Will Campbell. Everybody talking about Kelvin Banks. You know, the top tackles, but they're not looking at all the film at all the players. There's good players later on in this draft, not just the top two people, not just the top two. So Embo, watch a lot of people gonna talk about him once they actually watch the tape. Once they actually watch the tape and watch the film, and watch his combine, you know, his 225-pound bench. Once they see all that in the pro day, they're gonna be like, wow, this guy, he might be a first round pick, at least a second. At least a second. All right. I got another clip of Embo. Check this out. He's at right tackle again. Pancake. That's wild, man. Just give up on football, man. You letting this happen to you, Phil? Just give up on football. Just give up. You know, hey, Austin Jackson, watch out for your job. Watch out for your job. Watch out for your job, Austin. You know, this guy, he'll come in and compete with Austin Jackson. That's how confident I am in this guy right here. He'll come in and compete with Austin Jackson. Y'all see how fast he got to the outside on this one? Out of the stance. Straight to the next person. In front of the ref. No flag, no nothing. I love this guy right here at right tackle. Right tackle, we could try him at left, you know, but he just seems like a talented old lineman. Very, very talented old lineman. Here's another video of Embo at right tackle. Let's check this out. He's pretty good at pass protection, man. Making sure his quarterback don't get hit. He's very good on the run. Very, very good on the run. Y'all see the hand moves? Like, they're only teaching you that in college. You know, when you do like hand moves like this, you kind of like giving the D lineman an antidote in regards to whatever move that they offer you coming off the stance. So he gonna try to come at him with a move, and he gonna come at him with his own move. So he kind of acting like a D lineman to help him block this D lineman. So, you know, this old lineman stuff, it get advanced. It do. But good job by him. You know, this guy, he a non-factor. He's not gonna touch the quarterback. So good job. Good job. Good pass protection. Pancake on the ground. Bro, you can't even put your hands on him. Y'all seen that pass protection right there? Look what he does. You see he crosses his feet again on this one. Again, I don't know if he played basketball before or something like that. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But, you know, you crossing your feet and you still winning matchups. Imagine when he get his footwork right. He's going to be an amazing tackle. An amazing tackle. Like most guys, if that happens to him, this guy going straight to the quarterback sack. But with Embo, he's just a different breed. Different breed. Hey, if you know Mike McDaniel, tell him, hey, keep a lookout on this guy. Tell Mike McDaniel to watch out. If you want to get a guy at 13, his draft stock might rise all the way up to 13. It might. You know, he don't he don't get the official pancakes, but he a smaller guy, but he's doing whatever he can just so that he's able to block whoever's in front of him. No matter if it's a pancake or if you're chopping his hands down and you pancaking him in that way, at least he's blocking the guy and he's not getting to the quarterback. At least that's happening. Let me show y'all the next person. Oh, we still got some more clips of Mbo. This is him against Ohio State. This DN right here, he's projected to be a first-round pick. So let's watch this. First-round pick right here. Made it look easy. Made it look easy. But good kick slide on this one. Getting right in front of his face. I think we just watched this one with him crossing his feet. We should be deep with young draft linemen on the team. I'm telling you, fam, I got about like 15 O-linemen that I think that the Dolphins should target. I got some kids from the FCS. Some of these other content creators, they only talk about the Alabama tackles, the LSU. I'm looking deep in. I'm looking D2, D3. I'm trying to find talent. And this guy, he one of them. He one of like Purdue. Nobody looking at Purdue for talent. Nobody at all. But I am. Look at him. He's going all the way to the safeties. All the way to the safeties. With ease. Number 2. He not coming out this year. He coming out next year. He gonna be one of the top DBs in the whole draft class. A first-round pick for sure, guaranteed. Look what he does. Straight to the safety. Not a lot of linemen doing that right there. Him against the first rounder again, blocking him like it's nothing. This guy, he was the number 1 overall rated player in high school. Number 1 overall rated player in high school, and look how he blocking him. It's wild, man. This guy got extreme potential. But I hate being wrong about guys. They go into the league and they show me nothing. I hate that, man. Almost took that boy to the sideline, man. But he doing this against Ohio State. That's impressive. Ohio State, man. What else I got for y'all? Right here, we have Antoine Powell-Ryland. He was the leader in sacks last year. The leader in sacks in all of college football. It was this guy right here. He kind of reminds me of Khalil Mack, to be honest. He wearing that 52. Y'all see him with that 52? Let's check out what he does on this one. He has a lot of good pass rush moves. He can use power, he can use speed, finesse. He can do everything out there. That's why he got a lot of sacks this year. See, he dipped his shoulder on that one. Boom, sack. Just too easy. He on the outside right here. I'm telling you, the next Khalil Mack. Another finesse move, sack. Good, Ben. He about like 6'3", 250. Around the same size as Khalil Mack when he came out. Same number. I'm just seeing Khalil Mack from him. There go to power. Okay, then finesse. Almost got there, but good pressure. Pressure again. Straight to backfield, sack. Like him paired up with Chop Robinson on the other side, we good. We good. Like, but with him, I don't think he's gonna be a first round pick. That's the thing about him. I don't think he's gonna be a first round pick. I think he's gonna be like a second, third, fourth round pick. So if you don't want to go D end first round, you just go D end like third or fourth round just to bring in competition for Chop Robinson and Mohamed Kamara. And we could get somebody off the street as well. You know, it seemed like we're done with Bradley Chubb. That's what it seemed like. You know, y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about that. Anybody that would be available, I would have to see. I would have to see the market of who would be available at the end. But Antoine, I just think that he will be a good young player to bring in. We got 10 draft picks. 10. Antoine, he could be one of them. He can. There's a decent shot there, especially since what happened with Chubb and Jalen Phillips. I think we just watched this one, right? Yeah, we just watched this one. But shout out to Antoine. Let me show y'all one more clip of him. See, he got a whole bunch of moves in his arsenal. Like seeing this from a college player is impressive. Very impressive. Ooh, spin move. Had that tackle like seeing ghosts. That tackle almost went to the sideline based off this move right here. Oh my God, but he did it smoothly. He did it like the old school players, man. I'm telling you, Antoine, he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with in the NFL. If he goes to the right team, man, and he learning from the right people, he gonna have an impact his first year. He gonna have an impact. So Dolphins, they take notes. I'm giving y'all players right now that the Dolphins should use. Giving y'all players. He's at left end. Let's check this out. Sack. You know, he's just making the ACC look too easy. There go our boy that we just watched his highlights. Embo right here. Look what he does to this linebacker right here. Look what Embo does to his linebacker, man. He just showing up on everybody's tape. He is. Pancake. Beautiful. But good job by Antoine. Tackle for loss. He got pressure through the middle. He just one-armed that tackle on the outside. This is a Khalil Mack move right here. This is what Khalil Mack be doing. Exactly what he be doing, man. Oh, man. Antoine Powell Ryland. He used to be a Florida Gator. That's how I know so much about him. He used to be a Florida Gator, man. But he definitely going to be a special talent in the league when he comes out. But he just going to have to be in a rotation until he can show that he needs to be a starter consistently. That's my prediction with him. On this guy, this is like an interesting guy right here. Came from the same school as Chop Robinson. Same school. So Chop Robinson, he going to love this if the Dolphins get him. This guy name is Zane Durant out of Penn State. 6 foot 6'1", 290. So this is like a tweener Aaron Donald type of D tackle right here. And you know, and when you're dealing with Penn State and their D linemen, you know there's some type of potential there. Zane Durant, you probably not gonna go in the first round, second, third, fourth, probably fifth, sixth. You know, teams gonna look at his size and be like, yeah, he cannot play D tackle on the next level. They're gonna say that off rip, but I'm pretty sure he does look up to Aaron Donald in regards to people that he's trying to be. And just watch the tape in regards to how he looked. Let me know. He's right here. He kind of looked like a linebacker out there. Kind of does. He got washed out on this play, but this is Zach Frazier. He in the NFL right now. He in the NFL. Let me see.
Aaron Donald, Kenny Clark. Tackle. Top 3 D tackles in the NFL you like to study film on. Aaron Donald, Kenny Clark, Grady Jarrett. Yeah. Coach Franklin used to always tell us, stop watching Aaron Donald film. Y'all cannot do that. You're running 4.62.
Wow.
Why are you tapping? Why he say us? He was telling me that. Yeah, what was your 40 time when you ran? I was about 265 my senior year of high school, right before I got hurt, and I ran at 4.82. So what about color? Did you break 5? I broke 5. I went 4.99 in 2019. That's a fact. Top 3 D tackles in the NFL.
So at almost 300, he run a 4.62. So that's pretty good for a D tackle. Pretty good. Here's the film I got for him. Where he at? I think he's either one of these two guys right here. Yeah, he's right here. Let me go back. Right here, they got him lined up at, what is this? 1 technique, the A gap. You know, usually you'll put your heaviest person right here. Your heaviest, strongest person right here. Straight in the middle. But they got that boy 290, 6'1" right here. But look what he does. Excuse me. Give me that. Tackle for loss. You know, when I first seen him, I thought I was looking at the film incorrectly. I'm like, bro, where this linebacker came from? 28. But then I seen him lining up with his hand in the dirt. I'm like, no way he a D tackle. No way. Then I watched his highlights. I'm like, man, he is a D tackle. He is. I don't know if y'all remember Kalijah Kancey from last year. You know, if you're looking for a Kalijah Kancey, Aaron Donald, that comes out the draft, that's like a 6'1", 290 D tackle. This is the next one. This is the next one. So if you want to take that risk and get a guy this size and hopefully he could produce like Kalijah Kancey has for the Buccaneers, this is the perfect guy for you. Perfect guy. And he will be available after the first round. Kalijah Kancey went in the first round. Aaron Donald went in the first round. You know, what's to say that this guy doesn't go in the first round? You know, teams haven't watched all the tape yet. I watched all the tape because I watch college football. And Zane Durant, he just stepped out. Whenever I watch Penn State, I would see 28. I would see 28. I would see 11. I would see 7 out there. I would see 44 on offense. Warren, Singleton, Drew Aylar, the quarterback. Penn State, a lot of talent on this team, a lot of talent, but 28, he one of them that nobody talking about. Nobody. Plus, I like his last name, Durant, Zane Durant. That's a nice name right there. Nice name. Here I got another clip of Zane. He's right here where he lined up the 3 technique. This against Illinois. Beautiful club over. I think that's what you call it. A club over move. He avoided the double team. He just moving lineman out the way, getting the tackle. You know, a guy this small, he should be easy to run block against. Easy. But look at him stopping the run at his size. And I like him because he has a good base. You know, look how low he is already in his stance. So when he come up, he coming straight at your chest. It's going to be hard for you to get down on his chest since he's so short. Just push that lineman back, causing havoc at 6'1", 290, just like Aaron Donald did. Just like him. Like me, I never underestimate nobody. Never underestimate nobody, even if you have the size of me, you know, even if you're not as big as me, you don't go to the gym, I don't underestimate nobody. You gotta respect everybody in regards to what they have to offer. You do. And Zane Durant, you know, I don't care what size he is. Based off what he's showing me on tape, I'll give him a shot. I'll give him a shot. All right. Here's another clip of Zane Durant. Another tackle for loss. He getting to that point quick. Just straight penetration, man. No diddy. No diddy. Look at him right here. I think he 28. He lined up at the one technique again. Look what he does on this. He pretty much goes, he crosses the face of this center. He interrupts the pull of the guard and tackle right here. They look like they about to pull. They look like they about to pull. And he going to probably get in between this pull or get in between this gap right here and get the running back. Easy. He kind of, you have to know the play before you do this right here. You have to know the play, to be honest. He's seen it coming. He's seen it. Good tackle for loss right there. That's an Aaron Donald play right there. Aaron Donald play. That's a holding, but good tackle. See, I don't know what Penn State feed they D lineman, but I want to eat whatever the boys eating over there, man. Micah Parsons, this guy, Zane Durant, who else? Utah Gross Matos, that's another guy. Cameron Wake, y'all remember him, former Dolphin, Penn State. I think we just watched this one. A better view of him. Just beautiful hand usage. Beautiful hand usage by a D tackle. You know, ain't no complaints about that. Right here we have another linebacker. I think I told y'all about him last stream. Jashawn Barham. He was at Michigan, then he transferred over to Maryland. But either way, he's still a dog. Still a dog. Watch out for number one right here. Number one at linebacker, that tells you everything you need to know. Bam, good hit. Yeah, I see that hit right there. That's like a Reuben Foster hit back in the day against Clemson. Had that boy spinning in the air. Him and Jordan Brooks on the same team? Sign me up. Sign me up. Let me see. Here I got another play. He's coming after the quarterback off the edge right here. Good job dipping his shoulder. Tackle for a loss. Here about 6'3", 230. So he's not your normal linebacker size, but hey, he might be that next Demario Davis that the Saints got. The next Demario Davis. He can make plays all over the field. Here's another clip of him, number one right here. Good job reading traffic. Tackle for loss. Get your ass down. He on the outside. They got him lined up at edge, kind of. Good job pursuing. You know, try to be more violent in regards to contact. Try to get that ball out. Try to get a turnover. And that's something that he got to work on. But other than that, one of my favorite linebacker prospects in this whole draft. One of my favorite. He got good vision on that one. Very, very good vision, man. Can't blame him. Can't blame him. Right here, I have a safety that I like. Yeah, this is a white safety. A white safety, Harrison Smith type of player. But, you know, hey, last year we missed out on Cooper DeJean. You know, and I think this is like the closest thing that you could get to Cooper DeJean in this draft. 6'2", 230 at safety. Good blitz by him. This against Ohio State. Good tackle for loss on that one. Blitz again. Good tackle. Running back got the ball. Good pursuit. Good tackle. He coming off the edge. Bam. That boy, he laying that wood low key. He laying that wood. Poof. He got that hit stick. You know, you can say he like a Harrison Smith. Ooh, that was beautiful right there. Y'all see that back pedal? Oh my God, he spin during a coverage. He spin. That's how you know you advance in regards to coverage. You doing this in space. And he caught up to him. No catch. That boy, he a dog at safety, man. He a dog. Y'all be on the lookout for I forgot his name. Hunter Wohler. Be on the lookout for him. I'm gonna watch some more tape on him, see how I feel about him. And right now, my thoughts are a second, third round pick. Second, third round pick at safety. At safety. If Cooper DeJean could go as high as he did last year, ain't no way that this guy doesn't go at least second or third. At least. That was it for the prospects, I think. I think I had more prospects. I'm not too sure. But we have the random videos that I want to react to with y'all. Right here, Gucci Mane gives his wife an island for her birthday, man. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong, man? Madam, she about to leave me, man. She is about to leave me, man. If I'm unable to do this for her, ain't no point of me being in a relationship. If I can't buy an island for you, ain't no point. Ain't no point. I give up. You're a rapper or not, like this is next level right here. So, you know, he set the bar high for the next man. He set the bar high for the next man. But shout out to Gucci for actually pulling this off, man. His pocket's deep.
Say, what you got going, babe?
Bought your island for your birthday.
I got me an island, and I'm gonna have me an own private dinner.
Wow.
This is too much. Wake me up, please. So that's the dinner they setting up. Oh wow. This is amazing. I am so lucky. I am so blessed. I'm so happy and I'm so thankful. Oh, I didn't even know this was real. So good. Thank you, honey.
What kind of cake is that?
Got no cake knife, but we're gonna do what it do. Nice and fresh. Alright. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers. Okay. Baby wants some.
Hey, Gucci getting that weight back. Gucci getting that weight back, man. Hey, Gucci, we need you back, man. The old Gucci. We need you back.
It's so good. And it's fresh. You know me, I know. Look at my husband.
But shout out to Gucci, man. Putting that off for his wife. That's real right there. That's definitely real. Right here, we got some of Bryce Young's highlights. We're going to check that out. You know, he definitely has been playing well as of late for the Panthers. Very, very well. So I just wanted a closer look, an all-22 look of Bryce Young. See what stands out on the film.
My regrets look just.
First things first, he's faster than I was expecting. Way fast. You know, that blitz come through, that will get them moving. Okay. Like Bryce Young, he not slow. I'm not gonna lie. He a little bit more elusive than Tua. I think he faster than Tua too. I'm not even gonna lie. I think he faster than Tua. That would look like Alabama, Bryce Young. but I don't think he could be a game changer. I just think he's a game manager. You know, but even with Bryce Young and his legs, you know, the Panthers were able to use that as an asset with him. You know, with Tua, you know, we can't really think about using his legs because we're so worried about him getting hurt. But Bryce Young, he out there breaking people out their ankles, doing stuff that Tua he can't do no more. He can't. Tua, he was doing that in high school, but he's not doing that in the NFL. But Bryce Young, he just looked like, you know, like the 10th most athletic quarterback in the league, 10th to 13th. You know, when you this size, it's good to have athleticism because since you're so short, like those passing lanes that you can see, they're gonna close so quick to the point where you're gonna have to run out the pockets just so you can buy time, so you can see that passing lane, you can see that receiver, and you can pass it to him. To be honest, so Bryce Young having these legs, man, it's perfect for the Panthers. I wish Tua had these legs. I wish. But since we so scared of getting Tua hurt, we can't even run like this. We can't even run. So it's rough, man. It's definitely rough. Oh, man. Bryce Young. I ain't know you was doing that right there. Come on, Bryce. Come on, Bryce. He doing that to Demario Davis. Demario Davis, you know, over a 10-year plus linebacker in the NFL. 10 years plus. Excuse me. Took your ankles. On to the next one. Good block. Out of bounds. Smart right there. Nobody hit him on that one. Nobody hit him on that one. With Tua, if he's not fast enough to run out of bounds, he's going to find contact. He's going to find contact because he can't shake nobody. He can't shake nobody. Either that or he's going to slide. Bryce Young finding time again. Running out. Ooh. He got flipped on that one. Got to be careful. Bryce Young, I gotta know who trains Bryce Young in regards to his legs, man. You know, he just got this uncanny thing in regards to knowing where to run in the pocket when it breaks down. Not all quarterbacks have that. Like, this is a Joe Burrow trait right here in regards to what he does in the pocket. Every time a blitz come or a sack is about to come, look, he's outrunning people. He's literally outrunning people. But all you gotta do is hit him one good time and you straight. And you straight. But Bryce Young, he a quarterback I know. Once if he get hit one good time by an NFL player at his size, like 5'10", 190, it's over. It's over. But he doing a good enough job with the stature that he has, the arm that he has. He just need to build on it this offseason with all his targets, and the Panthers, they're gonna be a team. I don't know if it's reckoned with, but they're gonna be in the spotlight a little bit based off all the people that they add. They are. He's just. I gotta see more, man. We're gonna see how Bryce Young come out next year. We're gonna see. If he come out next year balling, then yeah, Bryce Young, he official. He official. But if he doesn't, yeah, I'm off him. I'm off him. But I've been impressed by the tape, especially with his legs and him doing what he can to buy time for his O-line. All right. That's it for Bryce Young tape. More interesting videos.
Nations joined together. What if the United States, Mexico, and Canada became one country? If all three nations joined together What if the United States, Mexico, and Canada became one country? If all three nations joined together to form a single country, they could call it CUM, or the United Nations of CUM, and it would instantly
Nah,
become
don't
the
call it that. Don't call it that. Nah, hell no. What y'all got going on? What y'all got going on?
most powerful country in the world. Economically, this union would dominate with a GDP of over $28 trillion, making it the richest country on earth. The US's $25 trillion economy would lead, boosted by Canada's energy resources and Mexico's manufacturing strength. Geographically, this supranation would span 21.66 million square kilometers, overtaking Russia as the largest country and nearly doubling Europe's size. From Canada's icy Arctic to Mexico's sunny beaches, it would feature unmatched diversity. The population would soar to nearly 500 million, ranking as the third most populous country behind only India and China. And with a defense budget of over 900 billion and 1.7 million active troops, it would command the world's most advanced and powerful military. So, would you want the US to form CUM and reshape the world? What if the United States...
I don't know how that would end up, man. I don't know how that would end up. It sounds good in regards to all the benefits that could come from it, but I know there's going to be a downfall. If you connected all these nations, Canada, I don't mind. But Mexico, I don't know about them. I don't know about them. All right, what's next? Here we have different type of fruits in the world, man. Let's check this out.
The rarest fruit in the world is ackee. The most common fruit in the world is banana. The most expensive fruit in the world is Yubari King melon. The cheapest fruit in the world is banana. The most nutritious fruit in the world is avocado. The least nutritious fruit in the world is cucumber. The biggest fruit in the world is jackfruit. The smallest fruit in the world is Wolffia globosa. The highest calorie fruit in the world is the durian. The lowest calorie fruit in the world is starfruit. The highest protein fruit in the world is guava. The least protein fruit in the world is watermelon. The sweetest fruit in the world is mango. The sourest fruit in the world is lemon. The fastest growing fruit in the world is papaya. The most water-rich fruit in the world is watermelon. The most antioxidant-rich fruit in the world is acai berry. The most fiber-rich fruit in the world is passion fruit.
Oh, I love passion fruit.
The least fiber-rich fruit in the world is grapes. The rarest fruit in the world is...
That looked like it came from outer space. I'm not gonna lie. This plant came from Mars or something.
Ackee. The most common fruit in the world is banana. The most expensive fruit in the world is Yubari King melon.
Expensive. Let me see. Yubari King melon.
King melon.
I wonder why it's so expensive.
The cheapest fruit in the world is banana. The most nutritious fruit in the world is avocado. The least nutritious fruit in the world is cucumber. The biggest fruit in the world is jackfruit. The smallest fruit in the world is Wolffia globosa. The highest calorie fruit in the world is the durian. The lowest calorie fruit in the world is starfruit. The highest protein fruit in the world is guava. The least protein fruit in the world is watermelon. The sweetest fruit in the world is mango.
I'm gonna have to try this when I have the time to. All these fruits, I'm gonna try all of them. That should be fun. Here I got another video.
Even if
this guy is stating that he found something that could help you drink the liquor more straight. You know, you're not gonna even taste the liquor from this. So let's check out what he has to say about that.
If you eat this plant, you can't taste alcohol. And we're going to see if it works using 190 proof Everclear. Even if this does work with the buzz button, please do not attempt doing this yourself. Because Everclear is basically like vodka's cousin that got locked up in prison 25 to life. First, let's try a sip of the Everclear out by itself. Strong. Oh dear God, please help me. It tastes like I'm drinking battery acid. Now that pain's over, we're going to take a bite of our buzz.
Well, people still take shots. People still take
button
shots.
See if we can't taste the Everclear after. And what the buzz button does is it releases a natural alkaloid on your tongue that creates a tingly, numbing sensation. I can feel the buzz button in full effect. Let's see if this works. No. There's no sting. There's no sting. There's no bitterness. I can't taste it at all. And please, for the love of everyone, do not say... If you eat this plant, you can't taste alcohol.
What's the
And we're
plant?
gonna see if it works using 190 proof Everclear. Even if this does work with the buzz button,
How
please
you
do
gonna
not
say that and
attempt
not
doing
say
this
the
yourself.
plant? How? I gotta search up the plant, man. Hold on. Yeah, nobody talking about the plant. Nobody. But that's interesting right there. Like, if you are a lightweight, this is gonna help you. This is gonna help you in regards to drinking. Right here we have the parlay band list. My boy, he back at it again with the parlay band list.
Thirsty out there, nigga, because you're playing dehydrated. I gotta add a couple people to the parlay band list. Let's start off with the I Need a Soda
I might
Vikings.
do this. The parlay band list. I might do this next year. I might.
Yeah, y'all need a soda. Y'all thirsty out there, nigga, because you're playing dehydrated. Every time I put Sam Darnold red carrot head ass on the slip, this nigga forget how to be a quarterback. 41 pass attempts, 166 yards, 0 touchdowns.
Makes no sense.
Nigga is just purposely overthrowing Justin Jefferson. This nigga turned into George Jefferson when I put him on the slip. 3 catches, 54 yards, nigga.
Yeah,
JJ just jogging. Like, what are y'all
JJ just jogging.
doing? I'm sick of the NFL, man. Yesterday was some bullshit. I got some stats. ATL, another tragic loss. You nigga, like, how do y'all lose to the Panthers, the Patriots? How don't you know how to tank? How don't you lose? Get the number 1 pick. What are you winning for? Like, I knew y'all was gonna take. Put you on the money line. You niggas want to win. Noah Gray of the Chiefs. Whenever I play this nigga, whenever I don't play this nigga, and I play fucking Kelsey, still in touchdowns, still in targets. He the number 1 tight end today. NG, no gains. Nigga, 1 catch, 1 yard. You never touch another slip. J.K. Dobbins couldn't get a touchdown. Some nigga named Haskins got a touchdown. Every time I put J.K. on the slip, J.K. just kidding. You're not getting a touchdown, B.T. It was Coleslaw Anthony. 12
Just
points.
kidding.
Is the Utah Jazz the new best team in the league? Like, they just smacking.
Hey, he be talking that real, man. I do got my own little parlay band list. Every time I see their name, I'm like, nah, you not going on my parlay. You know. Here's Whitlock. Let's see what he has to say.
Who has
He talking about Joy Taylor. We talked about her yesterday on my live stream. Yeah, check that out.
I got a lot of discipline, but 25-year-old with them big cans and that peanut butter skin who has nothing to say. At some point, I'm going to lose respect. And I'm like, well, the only thing she's got to offer is them big cans and that peanut butter skin. And so
It sounds so weird coming from him, man. So weird.
I got to put up with this, I might as well enjoy them big cans. I got a
Ain't
lot
he
of
married? Don't he got a wife?
discipline, but 25-year-old with them big cans and that peanut butter skin who has nothing to say. At some point, I'm going to lose respect. And I'm like, well, the only thing she's got to offer is them big cans and that peanut butter skin. And so if I got to put up with this, I might as well enjoy them big cans.
Oh, man.
I got a lot of
Well, like, he funnier than I thought he
a couple
was.
people to the
Way funnier. Here we got Ryan Fitzpatrick. He gonna speak the truth on Brian Flores and if he should get a head
Get
coaching
about how
job or
that
not.
Flores
Let's see what he has to
has
say.
been.
And mind you, Brian Flores is the one who appointed Ryan Fitzpatrick to be the starter for the team until they felt like Tua was ready to be that quarterback. You know, I'm not too sure if Ryan Fitzpatrick is trying to come back or he's just giving his insight in regards to how the NFL is working. But let's check this out.
Been a really hot name, and I think the further removed we get from his tenure in Miami, the more people kind of forget about how that ended, and the better his name becomes. You know, he went to Pittsburgh and got to learn under Mike Tomlin and see how he led, and now he's been in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell. I think the interesting thing with Brian Flores, when I think about him and being able to play under him for a few years, is which version of Brian Flores are we getting? And in year one with Miami, take you back to that year, I mean, Miami got rid of every good player they had. And that was the jokingly called the tank for Tua year. But I'll tell you, halfway through that year, we hadn't won a game yet. And there was a shift in the way that he was approaching his job. He was likable. He was relatable. He demanded a lot out of the players, but he was also able to get the best version of his players. And I really appreciated him for that. But as his tenure went on in Miami, he kind of became unrecognizable. A lot of the staff he brought over from New England, that was where, you know, he cut his teeth in the NFL, was there for 15 plus years as an assistant. But I think he's going to have a really hard time if you're interviewing him as a head coach. I think in the interviews, he'll be likable, he'll be relatable. But when people say, okay, give me somebody from Miami that coached under you as a reference so we can talk to them, I think he burned a lot of bridges there.
Ooh.
I think he alienated himself from the entire staff.
That's true.
Instead of what you were just talking about, having the humility to ask questions, to collaborate. I think by the end of his time there, he became a dictator. He ruined a lot of those relationships that he built up through the NFL. And his ego grew so big that there wasn't any room for anyone else. And so that was why he got released at the end of his tenure in Miami. I hope, you know, we love Mike Tomlin as a leader. And I know you have some experience with Kevin O'Connell, that whole collaboration thing. I think that's, you know, McVay and the people that come up through that system, for Flores to be able to watch Kevin for a year. I hope that that helps him.
Yeah.
Because he certainly needs some help in that department of, you know, not necessarily being a dictator and having a collaboration with the whole staff and having a lot of different voices and how they put together.
Yeah, so basically what Ryan Fitzpatrick is saying, like Brian Flores, he didn't really get along with a lot of people in the locker room. And a lot of people took it to the grave. Like, they don't care about whatever else is going on. They not going to bring it up. And if the coach try to talk to him, they're not going to say nothing. You know, you only going to do that to a coach that you don't respect. You know, Brian Flores, he seemed like that type of head coach that could gain respect wherever he goes. But, you know, he's going to have to do it the right way with this team. The right way. Let me see. Jordan Poyer's wife had something to say in regards to what Mike McDaniel said. She said, in order for any organization to succeed, you need players to take their job seriously. Grown men, not little boys. If you don't have that, it's like a plague that spreads, and those who do take their job seriously question why they are even there, trying when others aren't. So I'm not too sure what she means, but she probably mentioning in regards to Tyreek Hill doing whatever he want. You know, it seems like the Tyreek Hill thing blew up way past what I thought it could blow up. Let's hear what else Jordan Poyer's wife had to say. Go to her page. She ain't post nothing else. Nope. Let's go back to the bookmarks. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think the Super Bowl prediction gonna be. You know, me, like I told y'all earlier on the stream, Eagles and Ravens. Those are my top two. And let me see. This might be NFL. Do not want to react to this right here. What should I? No, I'm good. All right. Here goes the idea I was talking about. Jaden Daniels x Terry McLaurin x Tyreek Hill. Should the Commanders and Dolphins make this trade happen? No. They gonna get Tyreek Hill, and Dolphins receive 2025 second round pick, 2025 6th round pick, and Luke McCaffrey. I think Tyreek Hill, we need a first for Tyreek. I'm sorry. We need a first for Tyreek. Come on, man. Second round, I just can't do it. At least the first, and I think it's a done deal. a lot of teams are budging in regards to trying to give Tyreek a nobody not gonna do that. Tyreek, he's still on his contract, so ain't no worries. But teams, they're not gonna try to give their first round pick off rip. They're gonna start off with a second, sixth. But Tyreek, he gonna have to move the right way to make sure that he get his money's worth. And the Dolphins, they have to do the same thing. That's why the Dolphins in this press conference avoided some things that needed to be answered, and probably some things that they will have to keep to themselves. But yeah, this would be a decent fit. Tyreek, Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin. You already know Jaden Daniels. He could go deep with it with Tyreek. Most definitely. Next, I don't know if y'all heard the AI
quit asking me
of
about
Lamar Jackson. This is funny. This is hilarious right here. Hilarious.
Quit asking me about that MVP shit. We all know who the best quarterback in the league is, and that's me, Lamar motherfucking Jackson. Hey, Mike Tomlin or Big Mike or whatever the fuck they call you, y'all boys in a world of trouble. I be seeing your funny ass press conferences, but all that funny shit is out the door. This is the moment we all been waiting for. A healthy Lamar Jackson in a wild card matchup against Big Mike and his black and yellow hoes. First round, we packing y'all niggas up, bro.
Man, funny. Shout to LJ, man. Shout to LJ. Hopefully he makes it far in the playoffs. Help him accomplish something that he ain't never accomplished. Let me see. I'm almost done here. Just give me one moment, y'all. Man, I don't know where my bookmark at. Okay, my bookmarks are here. I gotta start where I left off. All right, next we got Joe Mixon. He gonna speak before the matchup against who they playing, the Chargers. Let's check this out.
How big was that, being able to show love and both with DP and his touchdown, and then Xavier Hutchinson when he threw that PI, and then also Derek Barnett with the running into the...
I ain't gonna lie, we was just over there turned up, and that's part of, what we was pretty much trying to do, throughout the season. And I'm just glad, like I said, at the right time, when you start clicking at the right time, man, you just want to keep seeing this, keep trending upward. And, pretty much we just came out there and executed the game plan. Everybody was cheering for their teammates, turned up for them, bro. And all that energy, bro, that shit is infectious. You know what I'm saying? And I think it carried throughout the whole team, and I think we're going to need that throughout the playoffs.
Joe, how would you...
I just can't wait to see how our guys respond next week.
Joe, how would you describe Damian's game and running style and everything you saw from him?
Yeah, my boy Dame, he going to run hard. I mean, that's what he prided himself on doing. He going to run hard. I think that he's done a great job. Every time I get out the game, I mean, he pick up where I left off, and I'm just happy to see him have a hell of a day like he did today. Sorry. I mean, I thought he balled his ass off today, bro. Like, he finished his runs, he ran hard. It's just a long time coming for him. I'm just glad that he was able to, find his foot in the day, and it was just a great thing for him and great thing for me to see, honestly.
Ready for the...
Hey, y'all be on the lookout for Dameon Pierce. I think he probably will get some playing time for the Texans against the Chargers. So that could be a person that you could put on your parlay set. If you see Dameon Pierce, put him on there for rushing. I don't know about receiving. I don't know if he caught anything with the Texans, but Dameon Pierce, that's a sleeper right there. Definitely a sleeper. Pick him up. My bad, y'all. All right. Next tweet I got here is build your perfect lineup. You only got $15. So my lineup was, I forgot. What was it? I said Josh Allen for sure. And I said Jahmyr Gibbs. That's 4 and that's 3. So that's $7. $7. 3, 5. So I got $8 left. $8. I could do Dallas Goedert for $2. And then I'll leave me with $6 right here. 6. I can either go 4 and 2 or 4 and 2. Man, I'm gonna just leave the Vikings in there, but I do think the best lineup would be Josh Allen, Jahmyr Gibbs, Dallas Goedert, 7, 9. So you got 6 picks left. I'm probably picking Cortland Sutton. Lad McConkey. That's all I really need. I got Josh Allen right here. He gonna make them boys work. Dan Orlovsky on Tyreek Hill's comments. Let's check this out.
Kansas City because you wanted more money. Kansas City tried to keep you. You can't leave the winner for money and then complain when you don't win.
Amen.
You know, I love Tyreek. Obviously, he's an unbelievable player. But you left Kansas City because you wanted more money. Kansas City tried to keep you. They offered you money. And you left because you wanted the money and go to live in Miami. Rightfully so. But then you can't complain that you're not winning as much as you did in Kansas City. And so they're one game away from getting to the playoffs this year. Last year, the injuries. That's the big thing that Tyreek and Miami need to figure out with Tua is, like, how do they keep Tua healthy enough to actually get into the playoffs? Last year, they make it when he was healthy. This year, they don't make it. They miss it by a game when he's not healthy. But you can't choose to leave the all-time winner and then, complain about it, that you're not doing that in Miami. You can't leave the winner for money.
Dan Orlovsky, he's talking about that whole Tyreek Hill situation. He pretty much are working under the government, like y'all saying. So everything that happens, they probably gonna know about it, especially since it's Tyreek. Everybody know about Tyreek. To be honest. Right here we have a Tyreek Hill podcast.
Wife loves it.
Let's check out what
the kids love
he had to say.
Man, I love Miami. I love every bit of it. My wife loves it. The kids love it. My mom loves it, and it's just a beautiful city to live in, man. It's so much stuff to do. You know, and obviously I would like to retire in Miami.
Okay.
But we all know how the NFL is and how jobs go and people getting promotions over here, and we understand that. But Miami's a great city, man. I love the team that I play on. I love the guys in the locker room. I love the head coach. Love the GM. So that means continue. That means sign me.
I love all you guys so much.
I love all you guys so much.
See, he's still worried about the bag at this moment. That's how you know Tyreek Hill, he bought his bread.
Much.
He bought his bread.
I would want to stay in Miami forever, man. This is great.
Keep me there.
Keep me there.
You guys do have this.
Man, I love Miami. I love every bit of it.
All right, and here's Tyreek Hill. He's changed his profile X picture back to one of him in a Dolphins uniform. So shout out to Tyreek getting everything right, man. Getting everything right. We were here speculating in regards to what could be going on, but thanks for reassuring as to what's going to happen on this next upcoming year. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Loves it.
So no need to over exaggerate in regards to Tyreek Hill leaving. That's over with, and on to the new. Then you're gonna see Tyreek Hill playing against the Jets, and it's gonna be over for a lot of people parlays that put
Love
put them in
My mom
on
loves
their
it.
parlays.
and
So y'all gotta be careful.
It's just a beautiful city
I gotta
to
be
live
careful.
in, man.
Here we have Antoine Daniels is here. What he got to say about women and men. Let's hear their general perspectives in regards to that.
Do you think it's a surplus of good men? Because let me tell you, it's not.
It is.
It's not. Definitely It's not.
Y'all know what y'all called them? Y'all called them lames.
They do be lame.
Wow.
See, the reality is that y'all wanted the dope boys.
Mm-hmm.
I see women today, they don't even like guys that got regular jobs no more. And then you want to complain about your health care coverage. Stop dating these women based off of where they are. Because you're going to be much greater than you are right now. Find women based off of where you're going. When you're dealing with a woman and you basing your standards off of where you are, you will take anything.
Mm-hmm.
You'll take her based off of what she look like. She not built for the rooms that you're going to be in. And so what that means for the women is that y'all got to get y'all game together. Because the guys that y'all call lame, they not going to be lame for the rest of their life. They're going to be some of the most phenomenal dudes. They're going to be the ones that create the companies. They're going to be the ones that got the benefits. And they're going to be the ones y'all going to want to take care of y'all badass kids.
Hey, you talking that real on that one. Definitely is. Definitely is. Here's Michael Parson, sumo wrestling. Them boys, they got a thick limbs, so it's hard to sumo wrestle them boys. But CJ, he'll get babied out there, man. That boy think he raw. I'm surprised he's stopping him. You can't even push him back. Oh, he took him out. Okay, Michael. I wonder what this was for. Probably a commercial.
Do you think it's a...
Probably a commercial. All right, here we have Trayvon Walker's stats. The former first round pick for the Jaguars. First pick, actually. And some people saying that the Jaguars should get a quarterback. Maybe not. We'll probably have to bring in somebody for competition to go up against Trevor Lawrence. But anything else, I think will have to be the draft. And from what I'm seeing right here, let me see. Trayvon Walker put up 31 tackles, 10.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. So that was out there producing for the Jaguars consistently. Very, very consistently. Next year, I think he's going to hit the double digits, but you probably get to that 15, 16 range. 15, 16 range. All right. The competition has never been tougher. The 15 NFL teams finished the season with 10+ wins, most in school history. Do you condone this? It's not even the fact of do you condone this. It's pretty much the fact of everybody in the NFL is good enough to win more than 10 games. But the Dolphins, we not. So I'm not too sure as to what we can do to get back to that 10+ win column. But if we miss that one more year, then we're going to have to rebuild. We're going to have to rebuild. If we don't make the right decisions in the draft, we're going to have to rebuild. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. And here's the FCS championship board. North Dakota State consistently. You went to CD. No, not you, but CDSU. They're throwing something on Saturday and Friday. And then they got NDSU the rest of the way. This school is pretty much like, it's like the Alabama of FCSs. Last year Alabama wasn't Alabama, but whoever the best team is in the NCAA, this is a comparable team. in a different division. But shout out to NDSU. I did get interest from them when I was coming out of high school, but I decided to do other things with my life. Plus, bro, all the way up there, North Dakota, man, it's gonna be chilly. It's gonna be chilly. Right here we have Joe Milton, the quarterback the Dolphins should have got. The quarterback the Dolphins should have got. Just check him out right here. Just check him out. Excuse me. 6'5", about 240 doing this. A dart bomb. DB can't do nothing about that right there. Okay, he fighting over people. Man, that was too easy. Throwing across his body. Nice pass deflection. Yeah, Milton, he not a bad player, man. I seen this when he came out of college. I've been seeing it. Been seeing this, especially with this quarterback room not being the most specialist. And then here's the last video. This is the Buffalo Bills fans reacting to Josh Allen getting drafted.
Mika Fitzpatrick. They're traded the 7th pick to the Buffalo Bills. With the 7th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Josh Allen. So the kid from Fresno.
It's crazy them boys feel this way. It's crazy.
Who played his college ball in Wyoming is going to... My God.
Bro, all of them was probably about to hit a parlay. That's probably why. That's probably why. But yeah, man, that's it for this video. I went over all the clips. I'll be back tomorrow to go over some more clips. Y'all let me, if y'all want to send me some clips on Twitter that I can react to, please send me them in my DM. My Instagram is DG Live with 2 E's, and you could just DM me through there, and I should be able to respond. But if there's anything else y'all had questions on, let me know. If not, I appreciate everybody who pulled up on me. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe for more content. Check my bio down below for all my Reese. If you want to talk business on top of that, y'all help me get to that 10K. That 10K is on its way. If you want to talk business, hit me up. Hit me on my email. I'll very much appreciate it. Just scan the QR code and you'll get access to everything they have on the site. You'll have access. But appreciate y'all. Love y'all. It's DGE, Dolphin Gang Entertainment, and I'm gone.